Hi, Frisk. Hi, Seven. How are you? Welcome to stream. How's it going? Dang it, Seven. Dang it, Seven. That was mine. How are you, Frisk? How was your day? Happy Friday, friends. Happy 4th of July. My pie of choice is blueberry and Brady's is pumpkin. Ooh, you know what? I do like blueberry, but pumpkin just like it adds just like a little bit. It just inches ahead just by like a little bit, you know, Saf? Also, hi, Saf. How are you? Wait, what the heck is that? Wait, what was that? Wait, what was that? What is this? What is that? S. Better. Oh, it's a better TTV. I was like, what is going on? What is that? I meant to do this. 2,000 pointerinos. I'm doing well, silly. Nice to hear, Frisk. Hi, Seven. ¿Qué onda, J? Hi, Seven. I'm good. How are you? How was your day? You know what? Yeah, pumpkin just like inches just a little bit ahead of blueberry. Like, I do like blueberry, but like pumpkin's got that like... It's got that... I don't know. I think maybe it's a texture thing. Because, like, I do like fruit pies, but, like, smooth pies are kind of where I'm at. And pumpkin pie is smooth, you know? Pecan pie? I do like pecan pie. I do like pecan pie. Hi, Josh. Josh! 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 Hear me out, Josh. Josh. I'm bad at platformers. I'm actually bad at like, Josh, that game made me real. Okay, wait, there's an ad. I don't know if Josh can hear me. I'll wait for the ad to finish. I'll wait for the ad to finish. You might be cooked then. Josh, if you look at my playtime, right now, Josh, I just beat the first boss with that playtime. That is the first boss. I might actually be cooked. I am actually terribad at platformers. And this game made me realize how bad at platforming I am. Like, I am actually bad at platforming. That might... Low-key, actually high-key, that may influence my opinion of the game. That might influence my opinion of the game just a little bit, Josh. Just a little bit. I'm just... It's not good. It's not looking good. Oh, 7, good try on the gamble. Oh, wait. Did I reset the points? I did not, because I didn't stream on Wednesday. How did you beat Hollow Knight? The thing is, Josh, is like... That is over the course of like a year that I beat Hollow Knight. Like, that is a course of a year that I beat it. It was not in one... It was not in a month. It was not in 2. It was not in 3. It was a year. And so, I think I may be cooked. Would you consider, like, halfway through the game beat? Because I have a feeling that most people are close to beating it. I think Solar Ash is like 5 hours if you're normal. But I'm not normal, Josh. That's the problem. Okay, 7, let me reset the points for the month. Like, I'm actually, like... I started playing it, like, when did I start playing it? Thursday? I think I started playing it on Thursday. And... I was getting angry. Like, not gonna lie. I was getting pretty mad. Because I don't have the platforming skills. 7, you're right that I did beat Lion King. You're right. However, not good at it. I was getting mad, like, legitimately angry, Josh. And it was at a part that, like, I should not have been getting angry at. Hold on, what's the top points? Top points. Where are the top points? Bowen. I didn't copy this from last time. Oh, and it was Kevin. Kevin too. Okay. Yeah, Josh, there was a part where I was jumping I mean, I guess the game is like 60% jumping, but like I was jumping and I could not. I felt like, you know, the Cuphead, the video of that guy playing Cuphead, he was like a reviewer for IGN, and he could not get on the platform, and people like cooked him for it. That was literally me. That was literally me. I was getting so frustrated. I was like, oh my god, I am not built for this game. Legitimately am not built for this game. Like, this game is going to give me an aneurysm. It was not good. It was not good. I have reset the points. I'm gonna re-add points for Saf. And you got third, 7K. Okay, let's re-add the points. To Saf. There you go. I'm not gonna talk a lot, but I had the exact opposite experience. I was like, this game feels too... Man, Josh! Okay, yeah, I won't talk too much about it. I think I'm just built different, though, Josh. I literally think it's because I'm legitimately bad at platformers. Like, VVV took me a really long time to beat. Hollow Knight took me a really long time to beat. I did not finish Celeste. Did not finish Celeste. I could not finish Celeste. It was too hard for me. I think I'm just bad at platformers. And I think I'll be in the minority of the... I have a very strong opinion of it. But that's because I'm going to be in the minority during the discussion. So I'm scared. But whatever. I'm ready to be cooked. I will proudly wear Cuphead playtester, IGN reviewer... badge with pride. I will wear that with pride, because that is who I am. That is literally who I am. Hi, Mountain Dew. How are you? Chat, for those that don't know what we're talking about, Josh and I and Matt, as explained on Monday when Matt was here on stream, we're part of a game club. We're doing like one game-ish a month. So everyone plays the same game and like has to finish it to a certain extent. And then at the end of the month, we'll talk about it. We'll have a discussion. And so the game that we're playing this month is Solar Ash. And I did not know. I thought it was a different kind of game. I knew nothing about the game going into it. And then I played it. I started playing it. And yeah. Yeah, I am in the mines, Josh. It's true. Me is fine. How are you? I'm doing good, Mountain Dew. I'm having a decent Friday. Happy 4th of July, the Americanos in chat. I hope y'all are having a good day so far. Yeah, it'll be a good day. IMO. I think it'll be a good day. I'm starting a bit early. Actually, I'm starting a lot early. I'm starting like an hour and a half earlier than what I normally stream at, because I'm hoping to stream longer a little bit today, so that way we can finally finish this case. This case has been going on for a hot minute, and so, yeah, I'm hoping that it'll be good. It will be good. So, yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited for the game club discussion. I'm excited for it. Has anyone in chat played Solar Ash? Y'all aren't part of the game club, so I can ask that. Hey Jay, what's your favorite sport in Wii Sports? Probably bowling. Or, golf. Wait, is that in Wii Sports or is that in Wii Sports Resort? I do like bowling. Bowling is pretty high up there for me. Never heard of that? Yeah, Bowen. It's golf and both? Okay, okay. I do like golf. I do like bowling. I think it's a tie between those two. I played some Solar Ash, but only like 2 hours. Okay. Yeah, it's a game. It's a game. I don't want to say my opinion too much because Josh is here, but it's a game. And like, yeah, chat, I think I'm just bad at platformers. Like, hi, Sophie. I think that I am going to struggle with platformers in Game Club from here on out. Because I'm just not good. I'm just not good. I think I'm gonna ask here. Actually, I'll ask Matt. I'll ask Matt his opinion when he comes in here. Oh, chat, I'm not in the, whatever. You can see this empty screen first. I felt like it was directionless. Interesting, interesting. I haven't gotten that far to have that opinion. I haven't gotten that far, so yeah. Hi, Potato. How are you? Happy Friday, Potato. How was your day? Chat, I'm sorry for not streaming on Wednesday. I was not... Yeah, Wednesday was a wash. I was not going to stream on Wednesday. There was no way. Not sticking around long today, just pop in. Well, thank you for popping in, Potato. I super appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah. Chat, do you want to hear the games that I ended up recommending for Game Club? I think I said them on Monday, but in case I didn't, I'll leave the question open if you want to hear, or if you want to keep it a surprise to the month that I'm playing those games. But yeah. Actually, I have a question to ask Matt when he gets in here. I have a brief question. Oh, actually, I think he's in the call. Oh, he is. Here, hold on. Hold on. Hello, Matt.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. I have a question. Two things. One is about Game Club, and the second is I can't remember it anymore, but I guess I'll ask the first question, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I wanted to stream 999, right?
Okay.
And so, because that's your Game Club game next month, like, and you know my pace of games is not fast. I'm not fast at games, and so I'm wondering what I should do. Like, I'm wondering, like I'm trying to think what my game plan should be, because it's a game I legitimately did want to stream, and so I'm wondering if I should skip next month's Game Club game, or like say Matt, me and you got together on like a Saturday and I streamed the game, like how long do you, like, what's your estimate, like if we did that, like an AI thing, what do you think?
Estimate of like how many streams it would take?
Yeah. Or like, or how long, like if I just went straight, like from beginning of game to the true end, like how long would that take?
You mean like taking a shorter route?
Well, I kind of want to experience the full game though. That's the thing. So, like, I don't know. What are your thoughts, sir? 20 hours? You think so, Bowen? But at my place, think of J Pace, Bowen. We gotta scale here.
The big killer for J Pace is reading the dialogue.
I see.
That is definitely the thing that would like take up the most time. Because that would turn 999 into at least like a 30-hour game. Okay, Bowen, do not say anything in response to what I'm about to say, but we're not playing the Steam version.
Yeah, Matt specified which version of 999 we should play for Game Club, and Matt said not the Steam version. I'm
forcing everyone to play the DS version.
Yeah. Are you making the I am making the lads play an Otome game. I'm very excited about it. It's the only Otome game on the list so far, so I'm excited. So, yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at with that, Matt, is like if I should skip next month and then stream it at my own time. Because I also don't want to rush it, but at the same time, like, I want to participate in a... Like, I think talking about it would be fun, too, you know? Like, I think that'd be cool. So...
It's not like... Let me think. It's not like I would say that... Or sorry, well, if you were to stream it, number one, I mean, I'd be down for whatever. You know, like I would join no matter what. If you wanted to do it at like an extended pace, or if you want to do it like after Game Club, either way. But
Right? Right? Like, like I'm trying to also think like I'm at a standstill with my thought of it.
I did not consider this one.
That's fair. You know what? Very fair. That's valid.
To be honest, it's the only game I could think of at the moment that was like a game I played that wasn't like super long that I wanted other people to play.
That wasn't Trails. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, even like there are other games too I could have put that I were still a little too long, like 13 Sentinels. Like that's like a 40-hour game.
Yeah, that is long.
So at the very least, like 999 was easier because I could be like, okay, you just play these routes, and the game is the game is 15 hours.
Right.
For those who don't want to go through the whole experience.
Right.
I forgot if actually I didn't say this to you yet. I think I only said this to one other person so far. But I wrote a guide. For 999, but I wrote a guide, like I wrote an expedient guide for those who want to keep the experience like lower on time, for those who are concerned about being, like over 15 hours.
Right.
But I also included on that guide an excerpt from a different guide for a full playthrough, like every ending.
Okay.
So you have the choice to do whichever. It won't it won't impact your experience that much.
Okay.
For whichever one you choose, but I mean, the only reason I added, like, I was originally just gonna tell everyone to do the expedient route, but then I realized that the game text skip, because I had never played the DS version.
Right.
So I didn't know exactly how it worked, because I was worried about, like, people having to play through the game multiple times.
Hi, Chadley! Yeah.
But the game text skip in game isn't too bad, and with emulator speed up, it's because it lets you skip text once you play it over again, like if you've read the text.
I see.
So it's not too bad.
Okay. I see. I'm doing good, Chadley. How are you? I am doing well. Matt and I are trying to discuss logistics. Okay.
Yeah, whatever decision you come to, that's fine with me.
Okay.
I'd say personally, if you can find a way to get it done within that month.
Right. Maybe I push through Solar Ash and then start 999 early. Like maybe I do that.
You could if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Sam actually asked me for the ROM. He said he was going to start it early.
Okay, chat, I'm at a standstill. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place because Solar Ash, I don't know if you, well, I guess this is technically, we're talking about it, but Josh was here earlier, and so I'm going to give you the same information I gave Josh earlier, so it's fair. Okay, Matt? And Solar Ash, it made me realize that I'm bad at platforming games. You know that meme? You know that meme of the one IGN reviewer
Cuphead?
playing Cuphead? Yeah, that was literally me for 90 minutes on Thursday. That was me yesterday. And I am still on the first boss. Like, it's bad. It's bad, Matt. Like, I'm bad. Like, I'm not good at the game.
That is unfortunate.
I know. And so I'm like, I don't know if I can finish it. Like, I know people, like, I look at, like, you know, like, your playtime and Kev's playtime on Steam, and I'm like, I'm so behind, but, like, I know, it's just, like, so sad. It's so sad, Matt. I'm very...
Do you know if he's beaten the game yet?
Kevin?
Actually,
I don't...
I could just check his Steam achievements.
That's true. I don't think he has. I mean, I haven't asked him, but I don't think he has. When is the Solar Ash stream? Do I stream Solar Ash and you all hear me get mad for 3 hours? Because that's what that stream's going to be. Is me getting mad for 3 hours and then I rage quit. You know the end of the Chicken Little stream? That is going to be the Solar Ash stream, but the entire time. Like, that's what it is. I spent US $32 on 3 books. I'm reading The Kane Chronicle. Oh, nice, Chadley. Oh, nice. Hi, Aether. How are you? Good try on the gamble. This is different since it's game club. I guess it is different. I'm not gonna say avoid rage stream, but this has a purpose, right? Like, it has a like, it's me trying to finish the game because that's the freaking requirement. Like, there's, okay, for those that don't know, in the game club, there's like a preferred, hold on, let me pull it up actually, because I want to get the wording right. Bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. So there is a minimum time estimate. There's a minimum time estimate. Oh, okay, Josh edited it. Okay, okay. There's a, oh no, there's a minimum, oh no, I read it wrong. Minimum completion condition. Josh put game completion for minimum completion condition. And like, that's not happening, chat. That's literally not happening. Like, it makes me kind of sad. The book covers are amazing. Ooh, Chadley, if you want to post pictures on the Discord, I would love to see it. Been trying to figure out how Aether sent that too early. I'll let you retype that, Aether. Yeah, even Zamir put game completion. And the other game that I'm not excited for because I know that it's kind of a platforming game is Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. And that one's going to... Like, chat, there's a reason why I play visual novel games and turn-based RPGs on my Twitch stream. It's because I'm not good at platformers. That's why. So, sad. I'm gonna get the cat in the carrier. Oh no, Aether! Can you try throwing treats in the carrier? Will the cat go in there? That's how I get my cats in my carrier. Is you throw treats in there and they'll go in and they'll eat the treats and then you can close the door behind them.
Also, I just looked at Kevin's Steam achievements.
Yeah.
He's pretty far into the game.
Ah, fuck. I don't want people waiting on me. Like, if everyone finishes early, I don't want people
I'm gonna tell you right now,
they
are not. They're not. They do not seem to be jumping at the chance to play Solar Ash right away.
Okay, okay. I just
the
feel
group
bad.
Still, like, barely even started it.
Okay, I feel bad. I feel bad, Matt, because, like I started it, like, a couple days ago, and I haven't even beaten the first boss yet, and so it's like, sad. It makes me sad, chat. Reminds me I need to finish SteamWorld Dig 2. Ooh. Hi, Otter. How are you?
Yeah, I literally finished it, like, day of.
Wow, Matt. How does it feel to be God's chosen favorite?
July
my God.
1st, I played majority of the game, and then I was like, I'll probably finish it tomorrow, and then I finished it the next day. And then I realized, I definitely could have finished it that night. I could have finished it in a single session.
Damn it. God damn it, chat.
So now I'm in the waiting room.
Now you're in the waiting room. Now you gotta wait for me. My God.
I stopped 100 Line to play it, and now
now you're back on 100 Line. Very nice.
Although I'm actually finishing. I'm gonna finish 100 Line tonight.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Really? Whoa.
I'm very excited to be done with 100 Line.
That's crazy. Chat, Matt has been playing 100 Line straight for, like, forever. Like, forever.
2 months.
It's 2 months?
It's only been
Has
2
it
months.
really only been 2 months? It feels longer than that. It feels like you've been playing 100 Line for, like, 100 years. Like, it legitimately feels that way. Oh my God.
It feels that way to me, too. Yes, Bowen, all 100. I'm at 97 right now.
97?
I'm gonna get the last 3 tonight.
Wow, that's
I'm
so
near the end
exciting.
of the final route in the game.
Oh my God, chat, we're gonna have to interview Matt next week Friday and ask, like, they'll tune in next week Friday, chat. We'll hear Matt's full unfiltered thoughts on 100 Line. Wow.
I'm spending this weekend writing my review.
Ooh, okay. I'm excited. Gonna eat some dinner? Okay, sounds good, Chadley. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. My brother abandoned her cat she bought last year to go live in another state with some man she met on TikTok. Hence my housing crisis I mentioned last time. The cat must go to a shelter because I can't get... Oh my God, Aether. I feel like I just got the biggest lore drop from you. That's crazy. I can't believe that shit. Aether, I'm so sorry that you have to deal with that. Oh my God. Oh, poor kitty. But I mean, you can't take care of the cat, and you shouldn't set yourself on fire to take care of other people. So, I'm sorry that, like, man, TikTok really is ruining the world, isn't it? isn't it? I'm good. I ate a burger for 4th. How are you? I'm doing good, Otter. What kind of burger? Yummy. Hi, Pokemon Girl. What happened, Pokemon Girl? What happened? Tell me. Spill the beans. I want to know. Otter! Friggin', okay, chat, yesterday, I went to the Calgary Stampede. And for those that don't know, it's like this big, like, outdoor rodeo. That's also a festival. That's also a carnival. That's also, like, a whole bunch of other things. And one of the draws of the Calgary Stampede is they have, like, crazy food. And one of the food items, there's 2 food items that I thought you would be interested in, chat, that I saw. I didn't eat them, okay? I saw them with my own 2 eyes. There was a Skittles dog, which is a Skittles on a hot dog, and they put ketchup and mustard on it. And it was gross looking. I was like, why would you eat that?
I kind of saw the vision until you said they put ketchup and mustard on it.
Right? Like, if it was just, like, a plain hot dog with Skittles, right? Like, it's sweet and savory, you know? Like, I can kind of see it.
That would be bearable.
Right? But then they put ketchup and mustard on it. And I was like, no. No. The other food item that they had was a Fruit Loops burger. It was a burger with with cheesecake slices as the cheese, and then they put Fruit Loops on it, and the sauce was strawberry jam on the burger. And so it was huge. It was like imagine like the biggest burger you've ever seen in your life. Now imagine that it's bigger. That's how big this burger was. And I'm like, I saw it. I saw someone order it. And I saw them bite it, and like, you know, when something is too big, they can't get like a full bite. They just got like bun and like burger. And I was like, I kind of saw it with like the burger and the melted cheesecake on it. But then like the other, like the Fruit Loops and the jam, I don't know. It's kind of, it kind of, no. Gross. So...
At least that one doesn't have any weird sauces on
it.
Like
at least it was jam, right? Right? Not ketchup or mustard or mayo. It was jam. Like, it fit the vibe of the burger.
Like, someday I would maybe like to try one of those, like...
Crazy carnival foods.
Burgers.
Yeah.
That's like I've seen, like burgers with
BioShock.
Like, where the buns are, like... glazed donuts or stuff like that.
Yes. That's what I had yesterday, actually, Matt. Do you want to hear what I ended up having? Yes, I will share what I ended up having yesterday. I had a bacon grilled cheese, but instead of bread, it was 2 donuts, maple donuts on top of each other. It was pretty good. It was actually pretty good. Like, it was messy and sticky, and I had to wash my hands afterwards, but it was good. That was like top tier, nice. Like grilled cheese and bacon, yummy.
Yeah, I'm gonna apologize in advance to chat, because I knew that I know that my mic's probably gonna pick up some fireworks.
Yeah.
During this, but also I completely forgot about the fact that my dog will also probably bark when the fireworks go off. So that'll be in the background.
That's fine. Everyone will be so excited because doggo. Here, chat. I'm gonna start the game. Why is my... Oh, I gotta delete this alarm because I don't use it anymore. Back. Okay. Let me get this game started. How are you, BioShock? That sounds like a heart attack. It was a heart attack burger. Like, legitimately, that is a heart attack, you know? Let me set this up here and pop this out so I can see the game. And then I'll give Bowen some buccarinos. There was some other weird foods at the Stampede yesterday, but, like... they're too gross for me to, like, say on stream. Unless y'all really want me to say what they are. But, like, it's kind of, like, icky, you know? It's, like, not... Here, hold on. There was... Funny. Yeah, here. I'll bring up, like, one of them. And then let me share my screen to Matt so Matt can see the game. Here you go, Matt. Okay, food. Explore. Food. Midway food. Okay, I'm gonna scroll to... Yeah, maple glazed donut grilled cheese is what I had. Oh, they had PB Jammin' Chicken, which is grape jelly glazed crispy chicken with savory peanut sauté dripped, served in a waffle cone.
That actually...
Right?
That
doesn't sound too bad, right? Right? Like, I like chicken, and I like, it's basically like chicken and waffles, you know? It's like something sweet in there.
Mm-hmm.
They had bacon-wrapped grilled cheesecake, bacon lattice wrapped around Texas toast, and stuffed with New York-style blueberry cheesecake and grilled to perfection, creating the ultimate sweet and savory experience. Ooh. Read my last message. Let me see, Pokemon Girl. Oh, congratulations on beating Epic Mickey. Congrats, Pokemon Girl. How would you rate it out of 10? Okay, ube corn dog was the thing that I was kind of like, I don't know. There is also... What else is here? Deep fried pickled Oreos. Interesting. Pickle burger watermelon Caesar. Yeah. Right?
I don't know about that one.
Right? Like, Doritos fried pizza slice on a stick. A classic cheese slice that gets halved and dipped in pancake batter, rolled in crushed Doritos, deep fried to crispy perfection, and skewered for easily handling. Interesting. Spicy pickle fries, hand-cut and fresh of flavor. These crispy fries are brined to perfection, then seasoned with bold blend of spices. They'll keep you coming back for more. Yeah, some of it is just, it's like something I wouldn't eat, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, chat, are we ready to start the game? Hi, Mina! Oh my gosh, Mina! How are you? Welcome to stream. I was about to say, Mina, it's late for you. Chat, Mina is one of my VTuber friends who started a Minecraft server, and I've been having a lot of fun on the Minecraft server. It's been super fun. But I know Mina, like, I realized, Mina, the other day that, like, we live a kind of, like, in, like, weird time zone differences. Like, whenever I stream, you're probably sleeping, and then I noticed recently that when you're streaming, I'm, like, working. And so it's, like, sad. I don't get to catch your streams as often as I'd like. And so upsetty spaghetti. I hope you're well, Mina. I hope you have a good night. Okay, chat. Let me make sure I didn't miss any chat messages. Congratulations on beating Epic Mickey, Pokemon Girl. I'm not eating those, right, Otter? I'm not eating any of those. It was gross. Yeah, we miss each other every time. It's so sad. Yes, I want to play soon. I want to hop on the Minecraft server sometime this weekend, maybe? I think that's probably, like, after I finish all my chores on yes, tomorrow. Chat, I'm going to IKEA this weekend. And I'm very excited. Yes, I'm gonna, like, buy a bunch of room organization things and stuff. Me too, Mina! I would love to play. And yeah, I'm super excited. Alright. Can you hear the game okay, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay. And chat, can you hear the game okay? I'm assuming yes, because it looks like it looks okay on OBS. Okay. Yay! Woohoo! Yes, sleep well, Mina! Thanks for popping in and saying hi! Mina's so nice, chat. I love Mina. We met on Twitter, which is kind of like, you know, like, that rarely happens, I feel, nowadays. Because, like, Twitter used to be...
Especially nowadays.
Especially now, right? Because, like, Twitter can be so, like, mean. It's very rare that you can find, like, a nice person on Twitter, you know? April 2nd, 2:33 p.m. Zodiac Hall, Fountain Room. The test results have come in, sir. I'm trying to... Oh, Mina, stop! Traces of frick my life. Ubiquium were found in the teapot.
They were?
Just like Mr. Edgeworth said. I love you, Mina. Sleep well.
Curse you. You better not think this means you beat me.
Okay, Eustace. Man, I really don't like Eustace.
He's Pete.
You really need to drop this obsession with coming in first, Mr. Wiener. We're all on the same side here, remember? We're all trying to get the truth.
What? But first is best. Everyone knows it's better to be a winner than a loser.
That's really no way for a prosecutor to think. Not a successful one, anyway.
What? But I...
We're breaking down Eustace's worldview right now, Matt. We're tearing him down. Oh, I also hate. Ugh. Enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Please refrain from taunting the boy. Ignore him, Eustace. He isn't worthy of your attention.
But Gavel. Oh, all right.
Why don't I take care of things here for now? In the meantime, you can perform the far more important task of going and checking on the victim.
Oh, yeah. Good idea. I'll be right back.
Bye, Eustace. Excellent. We shall see you shortly then. Get out of here. Mr. Winter's annoying but totally harmless. Judge Gavel, on the other hand. Now. Miss Bound, perhaps you could explain why traces of Ubiquium were found in your teapot? I had no idea there was anything like that in there. Perhaps it's one of the ingredients in the dishwashing soap I use? So you're telling the court that you did not intentionally put Ubiquium in the teapot? Yes, exactly. Why would I? Until today, I had no idea that I could even be used to make poison gas. You're a trained actress. Oh my gosh. Akemi! Oh my goodness. Wait, hold on a second. Oh my gosh. Akemi! Thank you for the raid. Oh my gosh. Welcome, raiders. Oh, there's so many. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Akemi. How was stream? I was lurking in Akemi's stream earlier. I wanted to say hi, but I'm shy. How are you, Akemi? Thank you so much. How are you? Didn't copy the raid message. That's okay, because they're a neon. Welcome, raiders. Welcome. My name is Jay. Hold on. I'm gonna... How do I... Here. We'll continue this here. I don't on purpose. That's okay. Welcome, raiders. Welcome. My name is Jay. And I stream Ace Attorney on Fridays with my friend Matt, who is in the voice call with me right now. Yes. And Matt helps me with the game. Matt is basically my babysitter and helps me with the game. And so, yeah. Thank you so much for the raid, Akemi. How are you? How was stream? Deranged Activity, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Let's do a quick shout out here for Akemi. What were you drawing? And / we'll do this shout out too. Shout out to Akemi. There we go. Chat, if you're not already following Akemi, please do so. Akemi is such a cozy streamer who has a really beautiful like VTuber design. Like I'm actually a really big fan of like the colors and it's a mermaid. Who doesn't like mermaids? I was working on a Stay Hydrated sticker design. Oh, cute! So cute. Well, I hope you raiders had a lovely time in Akemi's stream. Thank you so much for the raid. Yeah, Akemi's great. Please follow Akemi if you have not already. They're wonderful. There's a reason why I call her the most delightful mermaid. It's true. It's true. I would say Akemi is like the best mermaid that I know out of everyone. Like, okay, I was about to go on a tangent. Like, Matt, did you know that my dad like believes in mermaids? Like actually, like like for real.
That's a little insane.
Right? Okay, so I'm gonna say a backstory of like, so for those that don't know, I'm not shy of like letting people know where like I kind of live. I live near Banff, and in Banff, Alberta, Canada, there's a store where there is like, how do I describe it? It's like a fake dead body of a mermaid. And if you look up Banff Mermaid on Google, it'll come up. You'll see a picture of it. And
so it's like one of those like touristy traps.
Yeah, it's like a touristy. Yeah, it's like a tour. Like, oh, come check out the mermaid, you know, in this like case thing. And so my dad like firmly is like mermaid, like that's a mermaid. And like if you look it up, chat, it doesn't look like a Kemi, I'll tell you that much. A Kemi is way more beautiful than this mermaid that I'm talking about. But my dad is like firmly like, this is a real mermaid. And it's very funny. And it's like whenever I think of mermaids, I think of like, yeah, my dad like believes in mermaids. He thinks they're real. And so, yeah. It's like the thing in New Mexico that looks like a paper mache. Like, yes, exactly, Kemi. That's exactly what it is. Exactly. You hit the nail on the head. The Banff Merman. Yes, Deranged Activity. If you look that up and you see a picture of it, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, my dad brings, like, every time, like, a family member comes and visits Banff, and, like, you know, you do, like, the tour, right? Like, oh, like, here's the tour, here's, like, all the different... He makes sure that the mermaid is on the tour stop. Like, he's like, we have to go see the Banff Mermaid. And it's just like, okay. Thank you so much, Kazura Neon. Thank you. Which honestly, now that I think about it, I know a lot of mermaids. I think I heard about the last time I went through Banff. Okay. I'm gonna have to head out now. Oh, thank you so much, Akemi. Yes, thank you so much for the raid. Have a good rest. Sleep well. Don't let the bed bugs bite. It sounds like the fireworks are going off in your place, Matt. For those, don't worry, it's not a gunshot, chat. It's not a gunshot. Matt is not in danger. It's just celebrations and stuff for 4th of July. Before I continue the game with Matt, I do want to put out a spoiler warning. We are in the middle of the 3rd case, Matt. Are we on the 3rd case?
Yes.
Okay, we are on the... Oh, actually, not even the middle of it. We're at the end. We're at, like, the tail end, it feels like, of the end of the 3rd case. And so, if you don't want spoilers for Ace Attorney Investigations 2, I'm going to warn you right now, if you want to raid and run or mute the tab or whatever that may be, this is your warning that I'm going to warn you about now. We are nearing the end of this case. Like, we're going to find out who is the murderer. We're, like, literally, like, on the cusp of figuring who that is. So if you're if you don't want spoilers, or you want to play this game in the future, this is your warning. So yeah, I still can barely remember how to spell Banff, and I've been through there a few dozen times. You know, it's an odd name, like Banff. It's like, you know, Banff. You don't really hear the N. That's dead cool. It looks like it would be on the cover of Metal Band's album. You're right, Miss Haunted Angel. It looks really cool. It looks very well done. But, like, it's not real, right? So, like, it's kind of funny that, like, my dad brings people there to go see this mermaid. But it's like, it looks cool. Admittedly, it does look very cool. Those are not gunshots. Oh my gosh. Yes. I wanted to forewarn people in case you hear it on Matt's mic. If you hear the dog barking at the fireworks too, they could make a horror movie about that. Yeah, that definitely doesn't look like any mermaid I know, right? When I think of mermaids, I legitimately do think of like a Kemi, right? Like a beautiful mermaid with a beautiful tail. Like I don't like and like more tall. Like the mermaid in Banff is like the size of like a Pomeranian, right? Like I don't think mermaids are that size. Like I think of mermaids as like tall, you know, basically human-sized things, not the size of a small puppy, you know? So, it doesn't look like that. Okay, let me drink my water. Are you ready, Matt?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right. What do you mean? You have access to the Ultimate Cookbook, correct? A book that just happens to contain instructions for how to create the poison gas used in the attack! Meaning it's perfectly possible for you to know exactly how to make it. Oh, she got hit. You're very well informed, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Bound, is what Mr. Edgeworth said true? The book does contain information on how to make the poison gas, yes. But the fact that I have seen it doesn't make me guilty. Can I ask exactly how the gas was triggered? The victim used a blowtorch to heat the lid of one of the display cases, thereby melting the ubiquium. Heh, I see. You know what? I'm thinking about what you just said during Nativity. Sorry to like wander my mind, but like I've never seen a horror movie with a mermaid. Like I've, you know, like there's horror movies of like werewolves, vampires, zombies, you know, like supernatural ghosts and stuff. But a supernatural thing that I've never seen a horror movie of is a mermaid. Akemi is more of a fairy tale mermaid, while that was more drowning and eating sailors kind. Fair enough. True, that's very true. But he locked himself in that room too, didn't he? Surely the fact that he triggered it himself. Wouldn't it point to being a suicide attempt? So she's not willing to admit anything. Furthermore, where would I have gotten hold of the infesticide Ultra? Oh, I don't know. Perhaps you stole it? You know, I did bump into Moody Judy a week or so ago. And that very evening, I noticed my infesticide Ultra had gone missing. Judy, surely you didn't. Delicia, you carry your bag of pharmaceuticals with you everywhere, don't you? There would have been any number of opportunities for someone other. Okay, here's my theory, Matt, right? I don't think Judy's the murderer, but I do think she's the one who did the gas thing. So who's the murderer? Oh, I'm so confused. I don't think she's the murderer. I don't think she did it.
Interesting theory.
Yeah. And nobody thought to bring that up beforehand? True. We'll see. That's true. And I don't have any hard evidence that it definitely was Miss Bound who stole it. Judes, there's clearly something you're not telling us. Why don't you come clean, We all know you never hurt somebody for no reason, so... Not you too! You think I'm guilty as well, Mr. Fender? Can you blame me? We've got one wing disguised as another, a gas trap in one of the display cases, and you're the proprietor of this establishment. It's looking a lot like you did it, kiddo. Kiddo. I swear to God, half of these could be solved in like an hour. You know what? I do think that is something that Ace Attorney does. Like, I know it's part of the game, but I also feel the same way that they overcomplicate the cases a bit. Okay, there's the one case, the last case in Ace Attorney Investigations 1. Like, that could have been solved like 3 hours into the case. You know what I mean? But it took like, how long did those streams take, Matt? They took so long.
That case took like 3 or 4 streams,
yeah.
I think.
And yeah, like that could have been solved like so long ago, but it drags it out for sure. You got this all wrong. You have to remember, the gallery doesn't have any security cameras, nor any security personnel. If some ill-intentioned person or other wanted to get in undetected, I don't think they'd have much of a problem. Wow, you're practically asking to be burglarized. You need to be more careful. A great thief could have a field day in here. And I don't think she's joking. And actually, it seems that Mr. Gusto did in fact enter the gallery before it opened. Right! Why did the gallery have no security? Sheesh. Judy's one tough cookie. She's not budging an inch. Maybe it's time to rock a little technique Gregory taught me back in the day. And what technique might that be? I like the song that's playing. I like it a lot. So hear me out. Everything's connected to what happened 18 years back, yeah? And since we're not getting anywhere by focusing on the here and now, maybe we ought to approach this from a different angle and look at the past for clues instead. A turnabout in thinking! So my father used this method as well. Alright, let's run this through the old Thinkatron. How was Jude's involved in what happened back then? According to Miss Bound, it was because of her that Mr. Frost's flavored ice sculptures melted. And yet, his sculptures are here on display at this very gallery today. Is it possible that she... Thank you, Mr. Fender. I think I know what I need to ask Miss Bound now. Yeah, I think the guy was alive this whole time. and working under Judy. Heh, don't thank me. Thank your pops. Now take it away, Milesy. I'll grab the popcorn. Popcorn. Miss Bound, you say that you were the one who caused Mr. Frost's creations to melt 18 years ago, correct? I'm afraid so. I was so young and foolish, and it was a terrible accident. And yet, what oh my goodness, what you did allow, I can't read, oh my gosh. And yes, what you did allowed you to open this exhibit, no? What do you mean? Yes, what do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? If you are going to ask such questions, perhaps a formal testimony from Miss Bound might be best? Yes, perhaps it might. I'd like to know a little more about Zodiac Hall, and about why Miss Bound decided to dedicate this space to Mr. Frost's work. Very well. If you believe it to be relevant to the case, I will allow it. Miss Bound, would you mind? Not at all. I do whatever it takes to prove that I'm innocent. Then please, if you could give us some background on Zodiac Hall and the pieces on display here. I like her gavel, though. I don't like gavel, but I like her gavel. It's cool. It extends like a sword. It took 18 years, but at long last, I was finally able to buy Samson's home back a little while ago. But a place like this is expensive to maintain, so I decided to turn it into an art gallery. To that end, I collected as many Paul Halik pieces as I could from around the world. Because, if I'm honest, it's always been something of a dream of mine to open a space dedicated to his work. But like it melted! Thank you for your testimony, Miss Bound. How wonderful is it that you were able to fulfill your dream? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, seems entirely above board to me. Judge Gavel, that is simply the witness's preliminary statement. As you surely know, the value of that testimony cannot be evaluated without due cross-examination. Haha, spoken like a true attorney. Very well. You may do what you must. Alright, we're gonna press everything, because that is the Ace Attorney way. 18 years. You must have gone through a lot to buy it back, Miss Bound. This home, this place, such memories abound. I couldn't stand to lose what I had found. Samson, I did what I had to do, to see that home was waiting here for you. How does she make it look so easy? Mood. I'll say, but I wouldn't expect any less from a trained triple threat performer. If you could continue with your testimony, Miss Bound. Minus the singing, if you please. But a place like this... Okay. Press.
Hold it.
Let's see. You managed the gallery by yourself, Miss Bound? Yes, well, we only opened today, so I haven't done much actual managing yet, but... I have to keep the mansion going. Can't have it falling down around my ears. Samson could come home any day after all. So she really got the house back for him. I'm sorry, Judy. I wish I could have done more. Oh, you've done plenty, Mr. Fender. If anyone should have done more, it's me. Even if the only thing I can do right now is keep this place for Samson. To that end, I collected many Paul Halik, but like... Paul Halik. That was Mr. Frost's pseudonym, correct? Yes, he adopted it while he was working as a sculptor in France. I see. I'm curious about some of the pieces in your collection. More specifically, how you were able to acquire the Taurus and Gemini sculptures. It was my understanding that Mr. Frost died before he could complete them. Yes, I was able to create replicas for the Winter Wing based on the photos of the sculptures he made. Really? Perhaps you could go into some more detail on that. Okay. Tell me more about this dream of yours, Miss Bound. Well, what I really wanted was to open a gallery with Samson, of course. Oh, she's gonna sing again! Judy, stop it! A gallery of dance, a gallery of song, a gallery of gaiety?
Gaiety, I think.
Gaiety? Gaiety and candy all day long. That looks like it looks like a fancy way of writing gay, which I'm a fan. Gaie. with like a pinky up kind of deal. That was the idea anyway. And here I thought the art was to be appreciated in silence, not accompanied by musical numbers. Alas, Mr. Tangaroa transgressed against the edicts of the Goddess of Justice. And as such, that part of your dream may go permanently unfulfilled. No, Samson he's innocent! That awful prosecutor refused to listen, but it's true. He never hurt anybody. Mr. Tangaroa gave a false confession in order to protect Miss Bound. The two of them really did what they could protect one another, didn't they?
I looked up the definition of gaiety. It's
What
the
is
state of the state or quality of being lighthearted or cheerful.
Ooh, gaiety. Gaiety. Is that how you say it? Gaiety? Gaiety? Gaiety?
I just closed the window, so give me 1 second.
Thank you for the follow, Ultra Smash Bro. Thank you so much.
Gaiety.
Gaiety. Gaiety. Okay, okay. These photos you mentioned, you mean the ones you took yourself in Mr. Frost's room 18 years ago? Yes, you certainly know a lot about what happened back then, Mr. Edgeworth. So those statues... Oh goodness! Okay. Alex, may I ask how I pronounce your username? I've been trying to read it in my head off screen, so I couldn't, like, Elixi Cetherial? Am I saying that? Elixi Cetherial. Elixi Cetherial. Or is it Alex? Ellie? Okay. By Ellie. Your username's so beautiful. I want to figure out how to like Ellie Zetherial. Is that more proper? Ellie Zetherial? Ellie. I've been trying to read it. I'm like partly dyslexic, undiagnosed, and so I was like trying to sound it out in my head. Now I have to say it out loud. Well, welcome, Ellie. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it too. And I didn't even get to see them before they melted. No, the sculptures in question were definitely not replicas. Which means that Miss Bound is lying. I know, such an awful shame. And after we went to the trouble to recreate them too. The sculptures in the Winter Wing weren't replicas. They were the very ones from 18 years ago. It's an obscure reference to a text-adventure game of a character whose name nobody knew how to pronounce. Ah, I see. Okay. It's supposed to be damn near impossible to say. Okay. So it's not a me thing. It's supposed to be damn near impossible to say is what you're saying. That makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Whenever I struggle reading words, I just like, part of me just dies inside. Because I'm like, I should know how to say this, I feel. You know? Okay. She is lying about this. Able to create replicas. Okay, what do we have for evidence that it's not replicas? And that's why I go by Ellie? Okay, and it's intentional. Okay. Makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Ellie, I love it. Hold on here. I was able to create replicas for the Winter Wing based on photos of the sculpture he made. Do we have... Salt, sugar, blood. Sugar composition matches the sugar found in the pale blue liquid in Artie Frost's room 18 years ago. Sugar detected in the fountain also seems to be matched. Is it the sugar composition? Sugar composition matches that of the sugar found in the pale blue liquid in Artie Frost's room 18 years ago. Is that what it is? Let me see. Statues matching those made by the victim 18 years ago. A pamphlet received upon entry of the gallery. Well, there's temperatures in the middle. I never noticed that before. 27 degrees Fahrenheit. That's cold. I want to say it's this.
Objection!
Did I get it right? I'm afraid you've run out of road, Missbound. Oh, I got it! Oh my gosh. You can lie all
Let's
you
go.
like. Yay! But you can't deny the results of the test conducted on the sculpture's remains. And those tests leave no room for ambiguity. What you had on display weren't replicas. They were the very statues Mr. Frost carved 18 years ago. Oh, I can probably help explain how they worked it out if you'd like to, dear. Dear. It's the sugar, you see. You might think sugar is sugar, but the composition is actually quite very unique. You could probably recreate the statues, but the sweet secrets of the chemical makeup, not a chance. Thank you, Miss Scone. I don't recall asking for her help, but still. Well, like, Edgeworth, are you gonna take the help or are you gonna leave it? Come on. To put it simply, the statues didn't disappear back then because they'd melted. They disappeared because you spirited them away and kept them hidden for 18 long years. Wow. Okay, chat, there's gonna be an ad in 52 seconds. So just so you know. Ah! What? She kept a pair of flavored ice sculptures around somewhere for all that time? Heh, it's not the most out there idea in the world, assuming you had a big enough icebox. Overruled. Quiet, all of you. Missbound, have you anything to say in your defense? So you've already learned that much. Should I take it that you mean to admit that you admit to having hidden the flavored ice sculptures in question? No, I admit no such thing. You haven't proven that I was the one who took those statues away. And you won't, because it would have been impossible for me to do so in the first place. The police were already here when they disappeared. How could I have done it without them noticing? Heh, how indeed. I don't know yet know exactly how you did it, but I'm far from ready to say that it was impossible for you to have stolen them away. You're a very persistent man, aren't you, Mr. Edgeworth? I am indeed, and I won't stop until I get to the truth. I see. Then I better tell you exactly what I did that day 18 years ago. Ooh. What I did that day. Okay, I'm waiting for the ad to start. I hate it when it, like, ad starting soon, and then it, like, takes its sweet time to start. It's loading. It's loading. Okay, I want to talk about theories before, her investigation. How about bribing the highest ranking officer? It's really not that hard. Fair enough, Ellie. Fair enough. I think, here's my theory, right? Is I think Judy, I don't think she killed Artie Frost. I think, okay, my theory is that her and Artie were like secret, like, lovers or something. I don't know, something along those lines. And she found out that Artie Frost is like Paul Halik, and then she helped Artie. Like, Artie wanted to win the competition, and so he needed Judy's help. Like, maybe he told Judy, like, I'm Paul Halik, and she's like, oh, I'll help you. And then, oh, no, that doesn't work. Okay, basically, I think Judy knew that Artie Frost was Paul Halik. I think that the murder wasn't actually a murder. I think that, welcome back from the ad break, chat. Welcome back. I think that Judy knew Artie was alive. She hid Artie in this mansion thing, even though she just got it. I feel like she hid him. For 18 years, Artie was alive. Or was Artie frozen? Okay, now I don't know. Okay, I don't know if Artie was actually alive all this time, and he made the statues or something, like recreated statues, or this is like super messed up, and that Artie has actually been dead this whole time, and she hid his body in the freezer. That's a little bit more dark. That's a bit dark. I don't like that, because I feel like that's a little dark for an Ace Attorney game. But like, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. She's rich. She can pay them off to transport the statues, and the statues just happen to go missing along the way. Just a handy coincidence. Nobody's fault, really? I guess we'll find out. The whole time before the judging began, I was waiting upstairs in our living area on standby.
I forgot to say.
Oh,
I forgot to say. Interesting theory.
Oh yeah, true. The body is not going to last 18 years even in a freezer. You don't think so, Ellie? Okay. Because, like, I feel that I that's, like, my least likely theory, but it's a theory. And, like, it's an Ace Attorney, like, anything can happen, right? And so, but it's a little too dark. Like, hiding a body in the freezer for 18 years is a little too dark for me. So, that's why I think Paul Halik has been alive this whole time. That's my most likely theory, is he just, like, got up and, like, walked away from his own murder scene 18 years ago. I guess we'll see. During the judging, I had to go change the camera's film cartridge for Samson. But before I could take the camera back to Samson, I discovered Mr. Frost's body. Later, around when your father arrived, I began to make the rounds and serve tea to everyone present. That was when I saw Mr. Gusto entering Mr. Frost's room. Oh. Things about decompose even under extreme cold. Proteins break down over time regardless. Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that. I guess that makes sense. That makes sense. Because, like, it's dead. I was always under the impression of, like, if you freeze meat, it just stays the same. But that does make sense. What you're saying does make sense, Ellie. And those were my movements on the day it all happened. I hardly see how you could take issue with any of that. That's for us to decide, Miss Bound. Are you saying there's a contradiction in her story, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm more focused on proving the fact that she didn't indeed steal those statues. The question is, when she would have the opportunity to do so? Oh, I see, Ellie, I see. Okay. Makes sense. What I did that day. Alright. The whole time before judging began. Alright, let's press.
Hold it.
And what were you doing while you were waiting? I was in the room practicing some dance routines. On the TV show called Bacon Bop with Samson, you see. Bacon Bop? What kind of show was it? It was a children's show. The two of them would sing and dance, and they made a variety of sweets. Whoa, that sounds awesome! Hold the phone. Miles, you used to watch it? My father introduced me to it. I may have watched an episode or two. So Miss Bound passed the time before judging began by practicing her dance routines. Was this the moment when Miss Bound stole the sculptures? I don't think it was that moment. This wasn't the moment. I don't think it was. That can't have been the moment when she did it. I better listen carefully to what she says. During the judging, I had to go change the camera's film cartridge for Samson. Perez! Were you the only one who was able to move around freely during the judging? Well, I wouldn't say freely exactly, but I was able to move around more easily than the contestants, yes. Even so, I could hardly have spirited the sculptures away while Samson was standing right there, could I? And I ran straight off to change the film as soon as he asked me. I wouldn't have had the time. So changing the film and the camera was requested by Mr. Tangaroa. Was this the moment Miss Bound stole the sculptures? I don't think that. Maybe that is the moment. Maybe that is, but I want to hear what other places. Before I could take the camera back to Samson, I discovered Mr. Frost's body. You entered the room containing Mr. Tangaroa's work before bringing the camera to him, correct? Yes, I heard the sound of something collapsing. Not likely, assuming she's telling the truth. Yeah. Samson, are you in here? Ah! The sound of the chocolate chip falling over after a certain someone took a bite out of one of the supports. And Mr. Tangaroa was still in Mr. Gusto's room when you found the body. Yes, I'm fairly sure that that was the case. He was judging each room in order, and he liked to take his time. So the point at which she discovered Mr. Frost's body was... I think it was this moment where she discovered his body. But let's see. Let's see what else she says. Later, when your father arrived, began making the rounds to serve tea to everybody present. Just as you did today. Yes. I went around and offered everybody working on the investigation a cup of tea. A present company included. I remember it well. You were here, there, upstairs, downstairs, everywhere with that little cart of yours. Interesting. And didn't anything strike you as strange around that time? Oh yeah, Gregory was singing the praises of Judy's tea, and I think he mentioned his saucer was cold. His saucer was cold? Was this the moment that Miss Bouncel... was it this moment? Or was it the moment beforehand? Maybe it was this moment. Okay, let's hear what... Okay, I want to hear the rest. I want to hear... Hold on. Okay, that was when I saw Mr. Gusto entering Mr. Frost's room. Okay. When exactly did you see Mr. Gusto entering the victim's room? It was while your father and the others were investigating the room where the body was found. Same Scummit? True, I totally could save Scummit. Gusto said he went in there to get back a photo of him and Frost and their kids. Because he didn't want anybody to suspect they've been working together, right? Pretty sloppy of him to get spotted, though. Definitely not a great thief material. I think Mr. Gusto could live with that, to be honest. So, the moment when Mr. Gusto snuck into Mr. Frost's room. No, it's not this moment. It wasn't this moment. It was the moment... Okay, it's either the moment before it, when she was serving tea, or the moment she found Mr. Frost's body. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Hi, Kim! How are you? Happy Friday! Any plans for today, Kim? Alright, I think... I made the rounds to serve tea to everybody present. Before I could take the camera back to... See, okay, the camera is also the thing that's messing me up because, like, during the judging I had to go change the film... Like, the film cartridge in the camera wasn't... It was... Wait, where is it? Oh, I guess I don't have... I don't have the camera on me! The camera was missing more film. Basically. Doing good. I was trying to get the 1 hour badge on peak. Oh, nice, Kim. Did you end up getting it? I slipped and fell. Oh, no! That's so sad! Better luck next time, Kim. Better luck next time. Before I could just take the camera back to Samson, I discovered Mr. Frost's body. Around that... Okay, I do think it's this. It's this. It's... Oh, oopsies. Press. Poor Kim. Is peak hard, Kim? Because I bought it for, like, stream. But, like, is it hard? The volcano was a little hard to navigate for today's map, and I only had 8 minutes left. Oh, no! That's so sad. You were here, there, upstairs, downstairs. Everywhere with that little cart of yours. Okay. Yes, it was cold. The statues were there. Underneath, like, under... It was this moment. Miss Bound, I believe this is when you stole the sculptures. I hate to contradict you, but the fountain room was full of witnesses at that point, Mr. Fender included. Are you suggesting that I somehow got the sculptures out of Mr. Frost's room right under everyone's noses? That is precisely what I'm suggesting. Miss Bound stole these ice sculptures, and she did them by hiding him here, in the cart! In the cart. The base ascent is doable, but challenging? I see, I see. Okay. I'm worried that I'll, like, be the dead weight when we end up all playing together. That's what I'm scared of. My father and Fender had no idea that one of the sculptures was merely inches away from them, because it wasn't just a tea set you were pushing around, Miss Bound, but a hidden ice sculpture in the glass case. Ah! Surely, such a thing would have been impossible. How could a case that size fit on a serving cart? It would have been spotted immediately. Who said anything about a serving cart? Well, I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Edgeworth. There's like 9 difficulty levels? Okay. And is the base camp one like difficulty 1? What are you suggesting she used instead? I'm suggesting that Miss Bound used this to transport the sculptures. It was... this! Use this thing.
Take that.
And this is... the cart that Miss Bound used to move the flavored ice sculptures out of Mr. Frost's room 18 years ago. And it would appear that the very same cart is still here with us in this fountain room. Ooh. There it is! It's not a cart, it's not a serving cart, it's bigger. Oh, it's difficulty 2. Okay, okay. We originally bought it to use in the contest. And you're saying that Miss Bound loaded Mr. Frost's sculptures onto this cart and carried them off? I am. Oh. As you can imagine, all the one would need to do is lay the case on its side, add a tablecloth, and it looked exactly like a normal serving cart, thus allowing her to move the sculptures around freely. But where'd she put it? Can it be? Holy moly, of course! That's why those saucers were so chilly. They were sitting on top of a big block of ice. ... Judes, how could you? Impressive. There's an easy climb. I use it for achievement hunting, but you can't unlock the stashes. Oh, I see. Okay. Then again, you are Mr. Gregory Edgeworth's son. I should have expected no less. There isn't a scrap of evidence that I stole the sculptures all those years ago now. And yet, I knew that no matter what I said or did, I'd always be under a cloud of suspicion. So you admit it. You admit that you stole them from Mr. Frost's room. Yes, I do. Whoa! I took those sculptures and their glass cases out of that room 18 years ago. As Mr. Edgeworth correctly deduced, I dress up the lift cart as a servant. See, I don't think she's the murderer, though. I think she just is crazy about Paul Halik. And slipped in and out of Mr. Frost's room while I was going around serving tea to everybody. In the end, I'd removed not only the sculptures, but the flavored ice zodiac blocks as well. Zodiac blocks? I feel like I've seen them for myself before. Oh, hi Blake! How are you? Happy Friday! Happy 4th of July, Blake! How was your day? Welcome to stream. There's a huge block of ice on display here. It must be incredibly heavy, though maybe not with being hollow on the inside. If the Winter Wing was really an exact replica of Mr. Frost's room from 18 years ago, then even though my father never saw them because they'd already melted, the Zodiac blocks must have been in the victim's room back then as well. When I had finished moving the 2 ice sculptures and the 2 Zodiac blocks out, I took 2 fresh, empty cases to Mr. Frost's room and put them where the original 2 had been. I see. America! Only the sculptures had been kept in glass cases, you see, to prevent them from being damaged. The blocks were a little more robust, so they had been displayed as is. As stated in the contest rules, we were responsible for providing all display materials, including cases, meaning it would have been easy for her to prepare those empty spares she swapped in. Mr. Frost's room contained quite a few other flavored ice works in progress. I figured if I melted them down somehow, the resulting puddle would look like it came from the sculptures. And that is how the sculptures from 18 years ago came with the Winter Wing today. I have to say, Mr. Edgeworth, that's quite the confession. Indeed, I think she offered it so willingly because she knows there's nothing we can do with it. That's all I have to tell you. However, despite everything I've shared, you can't charge me with anything now, can you? Why? But I don't think she murdered. What? How did you figure that? Oh my. I would have thought you might know at least this much, given we're at a crime scene. I suggest you memorize the various statute of limitations. Statutes for dummies? Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Have you ever read a For Dummies book?
I have not.
You haven't? I read a Driving for Dummies book because I needed to, like, I could not figure it out. And so I read that book for it. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones I read.
How are they usually formatted? Like, are they like actually like informative?
Yeah, they are. Well, at least the book that I read, because like, they're written in a way where it's very easy. Like, basically, think of it like IKEA building furniture instructions, but it's like written out. Like, if I were to remember like how like driving for dummies worked, it was like red is stop and like green is go, and the right pedal is gas and the left pedal is brake. And in some other cars, there is a left pedal, which is the gear shift, and it's like written very in like plain English, so that way you can follow it easy, kind of deal. So, yeah. Funnily enough, eagles don't actually make that noise. The noise people use for them in movies is actually a red-tailed hawk. Eagles actually kind of sound like a squeaking noise, but that's not very patriotic, is it? It's not! That's too funny. Oh my gosh. So wait. So did they... So like, the like, what is it? Like Paramount? That's crazy. So wait. In movies, they give the eagle a more robust noise because it sounds nicer. Also, thank you for the follow, Anaris. Thank you so much. Yeah, the clutch. I was gonna question the fact that you needed to read the Driving for Dummies, but I know we're trying to teach you Mario Kart. Yes! And like, at the time, Blake, I was like 13 or 14 or something when I first got my driver's permit. It wasn't a full permit. What was it? My learner's. I was like 14, I think, when I got my learners. And so I wanted to read how to drive before I actually practiced driving. And so, yeah. They literally swapped out the noise because it sounds cooler. That's crazy. I learned to drive manual, but I refused to do it. Ooh, also, hi, Cloport. How are you? Happy Friday. I learned to drive manual years ago. And I knew how to do it, but I haven't done it in years because driving automatic is just easier. Like, I have no reason to drive a manual. Like, if I drove a big-ass truck, you know, then I could drive a manual. But, like, I drive a four-door sedan. I drive a mom car. So I don't need clutches. And gears.
I never had any reason to learn how to drive manual.
Yeah, drive stick.
I didn't want to complicate it for myself.
That's fair.
My old roommate was a big fan of manual cars.
Ah, was he a sports car kind of guy? Is that why?
He liked like BMWs and.
Oh, okay. American, German.
No,
car.
yeah, that's not American.
Yeah,
he hates American cars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of
At the time, I had
cars.
my Mercury Grand Marquis, and he thought the thing was a piece of shit.
Oh no!
I mean, it was.
It was.
But, like,
to be fair, it was. Yeah.
It was comfortable.
I was about to say
nice.
it was. I liked the cup holders that you had in that car. They were cute. They were very cute. It was a cute car. I've read stories about people trying to steal cars in the US and giving up because they couldn't drive manual. That's crazy. I feel like you have to at least like know the basics of, like, at least learn how to shift into first gear, you know? I think that's like at least you can get going in first gear. You're not going anywhere fast, but at least you're going, you know? And like that's usually the gear that you have to get into to get out of, like, if you're stuck in the mud or something. But I would never take an automatic car off-roading. I would only ever take a manual car off-roading. That's the only time that I would do that, you know? So, yeah. Statutes for dummies. Statutes of what? A book explaining the statute of limitation. Why is this in my evidence? I don't like it. Simply put, Kay, prosecutors only have a certain amount of time within which they can put a suspect on trial for a given crime. Let's take a closer look, shall we? 7 year theft. 7 years from the date. Oh, wait, I wasn't done reading. I was not done reading that.
You can read it in the evidence once.
Okay. Oh, pain. Murder's only 15 years, really? Huh. That seems kind of not fun.
They actually, I'm pretty sure, like, fairly recently, they changed it. Like, recently as in, like, the last 10 years, they changed it from 15 years to, indefinite.
Oh, okay, good. Good. Because, yeah, that seems a little short-sighted. Like, yeah, you should be charged with murder after, like, even if it's been X amount of years, you know what I mean? If you murdered someone, it's like that person is still dead, you know? Doesn't make the crime go away just because it's been a long time. Seems kind of sad if there's a statute of limitations for that. Yes, Miss Bound stole the ice sculptures 18 years ago, so it's too late to have her arrested for that crime. I don't believe it. Theft is a serious matter, especially when it involves the removal of evidence from a crime scene. However, as you yourself just pointed out, Miss Bound can no longer be prosecuted for her crime.
Okay, actually, I just looked it up.
Yeah?
Because I think this is interesting.
Okay.
It actually wasn't super recent. They changed it in 2010.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay.
But they kept it consistent in Ace Attorney because the statute of limitations for murder, you know, it's relevant in the first game.
Right, right.
And that was written when it was 15 years.
Ah,
so they keep it the same in Ace Attorney.
Okay, okay. Yeah, everyone should learn how to drive a manual little, so when you're in a horror movie, you find a manual car, you can actually drive it. I love, Blake, your application is not, like, getting stuck in the mud. It's, if you're in a horror movie, at least you can steal any car and drive away in it. That's true. I guess in the you're right, Ellie. In the context of law, that's fairly recent. There are some laws that like still exist in at least in where I live that are not obviously not enforced anymore. Like I think there's like a goat law. Hold on. Unusual laws. Oh, okay. Interesting. I read funny laws in Alberta. And apparently it's unlawful to paint a wooden ladder in Alberta. I wonder what the statute of limitations is for that.
Okay, so I'm looking more into the whole statute of limitations thing.
Yeah.
And the most concise source for this information is actually the Ace Attorney wiki.
Wait, really? Wait, actually?
Because I was trying to look at like what they changed, like what it was and what they changed it to. So now I'm reading about it on the Ace Attorney wiki.
Wow, that's actually pretty funny. Oh, that's too funny. Oh, rendering your revelation rather pointless, wouldn't you say, Mr. Edgeworth? Objection? Heh, I wouldn't be so sure about that. For you see, the theft of the ice sculptures isn't my principal interest here. I find that the body reappeared 18 years after the theft to be considerably more of interest. Are you suggesting that I also hid Mr. Frost's body? I am indeed. But how do you keep a body hidden for 18 years without anyone finding it? By hiding it in a very unusual way. Oh, now this is interesting. Are you telling me that you know where the body has been all this time, Mr. Edgeworth? It's not such a big leap if you think about what Miss Bound has told us already. Let's just say it wasn't just flavored ice that she removed from Mr. Frost's room back then. Very well, if you are confident in this claim, let us put it to the test. Tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, where exactly was Mr. Frost's body hidden? Oh no!
Okay, while you're doing this, I want to say what the Ace Attorney wiki told me about the statute of limitations in Japan for murder.
Okay, ooh, okay.
in so in 2001, like when the first game was made, it was 15 years, which is why they made it 15 years.
Okay.
In that game.
Okay.
Then they passed a law in 2004 that made it 25 years, and then in 2010 they abolished a law that gave it a statute of limitations at all. So any murder after any post 1994 murder had infinite investigation time.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. The more you
that's
know.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Fun fact of the day.
Fun fact of the day, chat. There you go. Now you can use that in trivia night. Where was Mr. Frost's body hidden? Would it just be in this? Like, I'm confused if, like, I'm missing something, or like, would it just be in the transport, or Gifted to Bound by Miss Scone, lost 18 years ago, only to be rediscovered floating in the fountain. I'm wondering if it's in this, in the luminous cloth. Or okay, I'm gonna present the luminous cloth first. This is where Miss Bound hid the body. I'm afraid you have to demonstrate to me how that— oh man! It's not it! Well, I feel like that is correct, but maybe I'm jumping the gun on it. Okay. Alright. Man, I hate Gavel. Okay. Where exactly was Mr. Frost's body hidden? It's interesting I have the picture of the kids. I want to say it was on the lift cart. That's the only other place that I can think of. Alright, I'm gonna present the lift cart. It's not the lift cart. Okay. Matt, I need help. Am I overthinking it? Or am I not thinking hard enough for it?
I would say the latter.
Like my other thought is to present the gallery pamphlet and like click, like if it prompts me to like click on a map, you know?
No, that's not it.
Okay.
Think about how she would be able to transport the body.
Well, I thought it would be the cart, but not the cart?
No.
Like, I was thinking in the luminous cloth on the cart, but I presented both of them.
You're on the right track.
Am I on the right track? Frick my life. Okay. Where exactly was Mr. Frost's body hidden? I don't have like a room. Not in her pocket. Not in the... Not in the teapot, no. That's a little dark. Is it the winter wing? Oh my gosh. Okay, Matt, I'm thinking, is it the winter wing?
That is the correct piece of evidence.
This is the correct piece of evidence? I gotta think about, like, how... Is it like, did she keep it underneath the table? Like in the bag? That'd be kind of dark. A photograph of Mr. Frost's works. And of the victim's body, Your Honor. Wait. You'll have to forgive me, but I don't see what you mean. Where exactly in this photograph is Mr. Frost's body? Okay, well, I didn't think this through! Is he this? Oh my gosh, that's so dark! Or is it in wait, or is he under the table back there? My gut feeling is like this, underneath the tablecloth of this. With the luminous cloth. The Gemini sculpture? Yes, it may look like a sculpture at first glance, but is in fact Mr. Frost's corpse! Well, surely you can't be serious. I don't see anything in the photograph to support such a wild claim. That's because a certain piece of evidence was used to hide the body in plain sight. And what piece of evidence might that be? The court demands that you present what you used to conceal the body. It's this. Okay, I was on the right path, Matt. I was on the right path, but on the wrong wing, I guess. One of the cloths from the autumn wing? Yes, that's when it made a glow in just the right way. It's so visually convincing you might mistake it for ice. Isn't that right, Miss Scone? Yes, dear, but you have to make it look like just about anything, really, even a blazing fire. And the right shade of blue would make it look like ice. Yes, exactly like it, in fact. Is it not the case for a certain special device is needed to generate these colors, though? But it's right there in the picture! Heh, would you care to take another look at the photograph of the winter wing, Your Honor? You'll notice here that there's a small box connected to the bottom of the Gemini display case. That's one of the very light-emitting devices in question. Detective Gumshoe even confirmed its presence. In fact, this particular device went missing 18 years ago. Back then, it was no doubt firmly connected to the cloth inside the display case, which means Miss Bound had no choice but to take it with her when she removed the sculpture. So you see, this cloth of the light-emitting device were being used to create the illusion that Mr. Frost's body was, in fact, a statue carved from ice! No, this can't be. Wait, so you're telling me that when we took that photo of us in the winter wing? Yes, we were standing right in front of the body. But the body and the cloth were both recovered from the fountain. Why were they found there if the body was supposed to be in the winter wing disguised as a sculpture? Because there would have been no mystery as to how the body had been hidden if it were found as is. Miss Bound needed to remove Mr. Frost from the winter wing in order to throw us off the scent.
Ridiculous. I don't recall her sneaking around behind our backs to throw a body in the fountain. No, and she didn't need to, because she had another method at her disposal. Her trusty lift cart, the same cart that had proved so useful in executing her original theft. Oh, ah! I believe she wheeled the body into one of the other wings and floated it down the stream into the fountain. Then the frozen body, being quite solid, probably got stuck somewhere along the way, which is why only the cloth appeared at first. The cloth Miss Scone discovered. And then the body followed afterwards once it had thawed enough. That's pretty dark, chat. This is pretty dark. It's an ingenious theory, Mr. Edgeworth, but can you prove that it was me? It seems a little unfair to expect me to accept your accusations without proof, don't you think? What about an eyewitness? Do you think someone might have spotted her when she was moving the body? As a matter of fact, I do. And the contradiction of the piece of evidence I was provided will shed light on exactly how Miss Bound moved the body as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any evidence to support your allegation? Of course, I have a piece of very compelling proof right here. It's Larry's painting, chat! Then please present it to the court. What evidence do you have that proves Miss Bound acted as you claim? It's Larry! More drawings? And that's me. Yes, Mr. Butts drew sketches of people as they passed through the fountain room. But what I'm interested in is the cart we can see here. Miss Bound's serving cart? What about it? Heh, you don't see it? She's using the same trick she used 18 years ago. Ergo, we know that Miss Bound was busy moving Mr. Frost's body when this picture was being drawn. What? Well, if I may, I don't see Mr. Frost's body anywhere in that sketch. All I see is a picture of me delivering chocolates to everyone. Really? Then allow me to direct your attention to the color of the tablecloth, Miss Bound. It originally thought that Mr. Butts had made an error, but he assured me that couldn't possibly be the case. This tablecloth appears to be light blue. Yes, the shade of the tablecloth that Miss Bound doesn't seem to own. The cloth only appears to be light blue due to the body hiding just underneath. Oh, but the shape of the card is perfectly rectangular, just as one would expect. Surely it would be immediately obvious if the tablecloth was being draped over the body? Not if the body had been placed inside one of the hollow zodiac blocks in the winter wing. Place one of those in the lift cart and it easily passed for a muster as a regular serving cart, wouldn't you agree? Goddess of justice! Miss Bound, surely you must now admit that it was you who moved the body, just as you did 18 years ago. Haha! I didn't expect you to deduce all that from a single simple sketch. But that sketch alone isn't really enough to prove your theory, is it? You didn't need worry about on that front. My case doesn't rely solely on Mr. Butt's artwork. Once you disposed of the body, your serving cart became a simple lift cart once more, which is exactly what we discovered here in the fountain room. And without a serving cart, you had to find some place to put your chocolates. My chocolates? The one I was handing out? As we saw in the sketch, you had richly placed them on top of the cart, but the chocolates you gave us came from your pocket. Oh yeah, mine was half melted. It was still super sweet and tasty, though. Why did you suddenly feel the need to put the chocolates in your pocket, Miss Bound? It was because you could no longer have the serving cart to put them on. That's why. Ah! One moment, please. You have explained what Miss Bound did with the chocolates in the lift cart. But what about the tablecloth? Where did it go? Indeed, if stashing the chocolates in her pocket was the only solution she could think of, I doubt Miss Bound had the time to dispose of an entire tablecloth. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an answer for me? Miss Bound didn't hide or dispose of the tablecloth, Your Honor. In fact, it's right here in front of us. Hi, Pokemon Girl. Welcome back. That's okay. Pokemon Girl, how did you like Epic Mickey? Your good ending. Did you enjoy it? If so, what would you rate it? 10? 10 out of 10? Really? You really enjoyed it, huh? I wonder, that's such a different rating from what Alcade rated Epic Mickey, which is very funny. Where exactly is the tablecloth Miss Bound used to hide the body? Wait. It's not on her person, is it? Not in the fountain. Not in this room. On Miss Bound's... I want to say it's on Miss Bound's person. He played the original, I played the remake. Oh, I see. So that's why Alcade has such a different opinion of it. I see, I see. I'm gonna say on Miss Bound's person. Miss Bound has a tablecloth on her person. And in plain view, in fact, because of her skirt. Oh, it's around her! Okay, I couldn't remember. I knew she had white on her, but I couldn't remember if it was, like, under her skirt or, like, on her. No, surely you don't mean... Miss Bound. It's the tablecloth around your waist, isn't it? ... I didn't counter a pretty bad issue that I'm overlooking. Oh, what's that, Pokemon girl? What was the issue? And given the Zodiac blocks weren't kept in glass cases, that cloth would have been in direct contact with the ice. All we need to do is confirm my theory, is test the cloths for traces of sugar used in Mr. Frost's work. The game is up, Miss Bound. It's time to come clean. You won't need to test the tablecloth. Everything you said is true. I stole Delicia's Infesticide Ultra. I moved the Mr. Frost's body. It was me. It was all me. Delicia, I'm so sorry. Last week, I went to your bag and I took it. And then, I put it in his pocket, hoping to make it look like he had tried to do it himself in. And also made sure to leave no fingerprints but yours, just in case the police suspected foul play. Judy, you... Oh, gosh. But Judes, why? Weren't we supposed to be on the same side, all fighting together to free Samson? We were, but I couldn't afford to get arrested. Not yet. Not until I'd finally proven that Samson is innocent. Yeah, I don't think Judy killed Frost. I don't think Judy killed Frost. I do think that she moved his body to, like, that she could try to solve his murder with his body or something. Like, she tried to hold on to it to prove Samson's innocence. But I don't think she killed him. But they ended up screwing him over more. I always planned to give myself up in the end, I swear. I know it's easy to say that now, but... Why'd you do it this way, though? It's not like you. I'm sorry, Mr. Fender. I caused you so much trouble. I was at the beginning of the climax of the game, and I was doing some side stuff, and I turned on my Switch, and I was back at the last area I'd finished, and I couldn't leave. Oh no, poor Pokemon girl! So did you have to start over again? That's pretty bad. I've been the guilty party all along, ever since that day 18 years ago. Oh no, Pokemon girl! That is pretty bad. Are you trying to tell us that the true culprit in the in the IS-7 incident was you? I got soft-locked? Oh, poor Pokemon girl. I committed a terrible crime. I took those sculptures and I stole them for purely selfish reasons. The moment Mr. Frost died, they became more than mere entities in a confectionery contest. They became the final works of Samson's favorite artist. I couldn't allow them to just melt away, not before he came home. And that meant I couldn't let anybody near them, not even the police. So I hid them. I knew I was wrong, but I just had to. I put them in cold storage room for safekeeping. But what I had actually done was far worse than anything I could have possibly imagined. Because who would have thought that Mr. Frost's body itself was posing as one of the sculptures? So she didn't know about the body when she stole the sculptures. Oh, interesting. So was it Mr. What's-his-face, Scarred Face this whole time? Samson is a kind man, a saint. He could never kill anybody. Never. And yet, because of what I did, the police never found Mr. Frost's body. And Samson was found guilty. After all he'd done for me, he was my family, the only family I've ever had. He was the most important person in the entire world to me. And Jude's. After his conviction, I was forced out of our home. I was finally able to return only a few days ago. And when I did, I went to the cold storage room to check up on the sculptures. And that's when I saw it. Mr. Frost's body had been there the whole time. Of course, by that point, the statute of limitations had expired. So I did what I did today. Because it was the only way I could think of to make things right. It seems I misunderstood her intentions. Everything she's done really has been for Mr. Tangaroa's sake. Hey, what are you thinking about, Mr. Edgeworth? Something has been puzzling me. Why did Miss Bound use poison gas? Why not a more reliable method? And why disguise the Autumn Wing as the Winter Wing? The only reason I can think of is to confuse someone here who was here 18 years ago. Yeah, I wonder what she had in mind. If she was trying to prove that Mr. Tangaroa is innocent, Miss Bound's ultimate goal must be to find the true killer. Or ensure the body was found? No, find the true killer. Could she have been trying to discover the identity of the true culprit? Miss Bound, your ultimate aim was to see Mr. Tangaroa cleared of all charges, correct? And to that end, you had to expose the real killer and have the police find the body from 18 years ago. Is my understanding of your intentions correct? Exhibiting the sculptures was assured to force the killer to return to the crime scene. After all, they were the only person apart from you who knew that the body was hidden in the icework. So they would have freaked out thinking the body was about to be discovered and come running, yeah? Exactly, but Miss Bound ran the risk that the killer might successfully cover their tracks this time. In the worst case scenario, they might even have been to remove Mr. Frost's body from the scene. So how could she lure the true killer into revealing themselves without putting vital evidence at risk? Oh, I see what you're getting at. You're saying that's why Autumn Wing was all Winter Wingy. I am. You were betting on one thing, Miss Bound, weren't you? That whoever opened the Pisces case you had to carefully disguise as the Gemini case would be the real perpetrator of the IS-7 incident, which was the guy! I can't remember his name. What's his name? Carmelo Gusto! It's him! No. But that would mean the real killer was... Enough. Not another word. Do you realize the implications of what you are saying, Mr. Edgeworth? Are you prepared to stand behind the accusation you are clearly about to make? Miss Bound has set a trap for Mr. Frost's killer, meaning that whoever found themselves caught in the trap is highly likely to be the guilty party. But I lack the evidence to support such an assertion. To accuse someone without any evidence is not to be done lightly, so... Should I really go ahead and make my accusation and name Mr. Frost's killer nonetheless? Yes, I think so. I think we have enough evidence. If you and Mac were to still doing Res Please, the Epic Mickey series would have been good games to do because the series has bugs and glitches. The Wii version has a bad camera, and the sequel has a bad Oswald AI, and I heard the sequel is a bad story as well. Aw, that's too bad, Pokemon Girl. Yeah, maybe one day we'll revive the podcast series. Maybe one day. We'll see. We're in the middle of that Twin Peaks series right now. So... we're gonna make the accusation. My ultimate goal is to see the truth exposed. And to do that, I need to seize the moment. Yes, Judge Gavel, I am prepared to stand by my accusation. I know exactly who is to blame for the IS-7 incident. It's Carmelo Gusto! Mr. Gusto, the victim of the poison gas attack, is the perpetrator behind the IS-7 incident? Gusty! Mr. Gusto. Miss Bound. As we have established, you knew that the opening of the gallery would lure the real culprit, and you set up the poison gas trap in order to catch them. Do you dispute the facts thus far? You're a very impressive man, Mr. Edgeworth, just like your father. And of course, you're absolutely right. Then perhaps you could tell us exactly what happened in your own words. Let's see. The series known for bad camera and bugs and glitches. I heard about the bad camera, but I had no idea about the bugs and glitches. Of course, I have nothing to hide anymore, so I might as well tell you everything. As you said, I set a trap here in the gallery to try and catch Mr. Frost's killer. Before we opened, I made sure that the door to the Autumn Wing was the only one unlocked. When the opening time came, I went around to unlock the doors of the various rooms, and found that the Autumn Wing had been locked from the inside. The killer is on the other side of the door. The thought, well, it frightened me. And then she simply walked away, leaving him to fall victim to her poison gas trap. When I heard that Mr. Gusto was being treated for gas inhalation, that's when I knew he was the murderer. All that was left was for the police to find Mr. Frost's body, and then Samson would finally be proven innocent. At least, that was my plan. Judes, why didn't you tell me? You know I'm always here for you, right? We could have found another way. It didn't have to be like this. Thank you, Mr. Fender. You've been so very kind to me all these years. But I'm the one who created this mess, and so it was up to me to try and clean it up. I didn't care what it took, as long as I could get Samson out of that awful place. Judy, Judy, Judy. 18 years ago, the police managed to cover up the fact that Mr. Frost's body had gone missing. If I went to them now, and it reappeared, I was afraid they might have tried to cover things up again. Yeah, I hate freaking stupid prosecutor, stupid guy. I freaking hate him. I hate him. Ugh. So I worked to set off very public incident here in the gallery, in front of as many witnesses as possible. I'm so sorry, Judy. You, Samson, Gregory, I let you all down. Fender, this can't be easy for him. Aw,
I got
poor
you
Judy.
for a second.
No worries. Matt's neighborhood celebrating the 4th of July, chat. So fun. No, I'm the one who should be apologizing. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, I hope one day you can forgive me. And whatever punishment I have to face, I'm ready to accept it. But please, if I may ask one thing of you, it's that you simply must clear Samson's name. Gavel. The way the truth of these past 18 years had come to light was unexpected, to say the least. And yet, it only set us down a path towards an even more shocking end. Ooh, to be continued. Woo. Alright. Yeah, it was Mr. Gusto. But why, though? Why did he kill... Why is the question now? Why did he kill Fardy? Why did he do it, chat? I don't know. Oh, it's the sad music. It took an hour. It's 3:11 now. Miss Bound, are you feeling a little calmer now? Yes. Good. Then allow me to get to the point. Regardless of your intentions, you broke the law. Yes, I understand. Nevertheless, I understand that what you did is in order to prove Mr. Tangaroa's innocence. Therefore, if the real culprit is really someone else, then we have a duty to reinvestigate the case. The stupid statute of limitations bullshit. There is nothing to suggest that anything nefarious took place in the official IS-7 incident records. And right now, there is nothing to suggest that we should take Miss Bound at her word either. But Judge Gavel, this is what makes me hate her. Oh my god. So first order of business should be to arrest the culprit of the case before us, Miss Bound herself. Official records cannot always be trusted, Judge Gavel, especially since there are those prosecutors who would think nothing of twisting the facts. Are you suggesting that the committee at the time overlooked such a prosecutor? Yes! Yes, the committee at the time overlooked a prosecutor. That's for you and your people to figure out. However, it is the fact that the autopsy report was faked! Exactly, Edgeworth, you tell her. Seeing as Mr. Frost's body was the only found just now. Yes, Gavel, take that! Stab her, Edgeworth, stab her! Yes, there really is something of Von Karma in you, Mr. Edgeworth. How so exactly? By continually defying the will of the committee and bending the truth to fit your... We're not bending the truth, though! The body was found today! What are you talking about? Oh my gosh. Perhaps it is time you understand how the committee sees this case. Oh my god, I freaking hate Cavell, Matt! Oh my god, I hate her so much! Oh my god. The committee is willing to accept that Mr. Von Karma falsified Mr. Frost's autopsy report. Even still, Mr. Von Karma only managed to have Mr. Tangaroa convicted as an accomplice. I personally have come to believe that the real culprit behind the IS-7 incident is Miss... What are you saying? Her plan to poison and kill Mr. Gusto today was her attempt to frame him for Mr. Frost's murder. And this is how the committee sees things, is it? It is. As always, I act solely in the service of law and order. Man, for someone who says, I do the law, I only find the truth, she certainly has her blinders on for anything Edgeworth brings forward, which is what makes her so frustrating as a character. Oh my god. Okay, come on, Edgy. Let's do this. Let's stab friggin'... Right.
Hold it!
You accept that Mr. Von Karma falsified the report, then why don't you Yes, exactly! Why don't you reinvestigate the case? Because the Goddess of Justice is never wrong. But you are wrong! Oh my god. Shut up, shut up! Oh, thank you, Fender. Oh, I like Fender's voice. I liked that objection. Oh my gosh. Despite the blatant evidence tampering, you sure your precious goddess is into that? Almost makes you think the committee might have other reasons for not wanting this looked into again. Further investigation is simply unnecessary since the Goddess of Justice has already spoken. Is that right? Even still, Mr. Von Karma only managed to have Mr. Tangaroa convicted as an accomplice. I believe it was the confession that sealed Mr. Tangaroa's fate in the end. A confession secured by Mr. Von Karma, which should surely cast doubt on the final verdict itself. Samson Tangaroa confessed to the initial investigating officer, one Detective Ian Seidman. The official records state that it was his interrogations that led to the conviction. Therefore, all I can say to you is the Goddess of Justice has already spoken. Unbelievable. She won't budge at all. All these committee guys really that big of a deal? In many cases, they are a prosecutor's worst nightmare. So kind of like how the police are to a great thief, huh? Funny how you don't seem to have a problem with working with the police when it suits you, though. I personally have come to believe that the real culprit behind the IS-7 incident is Miss Bound. Oh, I forgot to press that. Press.
Hold it!
Are you suggesting that Mr. Tangaroa and Miss Bound killed Mr. Frost together? Why not? You could even imagine they split their roles as thus... I love how she doesn't have to prove anything. She has no evidence that Bound and... like, she has none of that shit. But, like, now she... okay, chat. What? The thought that we could ever kill Mr. Frost. You stole his corpse and hid it for 18 years. Is it really so surprising that you might be considered a suspect? Miss Bound has freely confessed to all her crimes. Now is not the time to speculate what else she might have done in the past. Very well, then let us pass judgment on what we know she did in the present. Alright. Why would Miss Bound have chosen to frame Mr. Gusto for the murder? No doubt because he suspected her of being the real culprit. He may have entered what he thought was the Winter Wing simply to see if the Gemini statue was genuine. Little did he know that he would be greeted by a trap designed to silence him. A trap that nearly worked. Do you have any evidence to support that line? Thank you, Edgeworth! No, of course not. Unfortunately, Mr. Gusto remains in critical condition. It will be difficult to prove anything until he regains consciousness. In other words, there's little we can do for now. On the contrary, there is plenty we can do. You still have not grasped the situation, have you? Then allow me to spell it out for you. We have all the evidence we need to explain both the IS incident and the poison gas attack. All the evidence you need? In the matter of the IS-7 incident, we have a body and a murder weapon, the two suspects. As for the poison gas attack, we have the sources of the two chemicals and Miss Bound's confession. As for you, Mr. Edgeworth, We also have enough evidence to see that yourself will have to answer to the committee in a formal hearing. Ugh. Whoa, that doesn't sound good. Don't worry, Malzarino. If nothing else, you're always more than welcome at Edgeworth & Co. Your Honor, I'd greatly appreciate it if we could stay focused on the matter at hand. Huh, of course. Now, where was I? We have therefore determined that there is no need to investigate either case any further. You really mean to assert that there are no loose ends left to investigate? None at all? All the evidence has been examined at length, and there is nothing more to be learned from them. Therefore, I see no further proof to prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant Miss Judy bound. Your Honor, I'm certain there's something that still needs to be examined. The hammer is about to fall, Mr. Edgeworth. Only hard evidence can stop it now. Present what you think requires further deliberation now, assuming there really is anything left, that is. This isn't over yet, not by a long shot. There's still one thing we don't have an answer to, and that is up to me to point out to Judge Cavell. I think it's the picture. We have all the evidence we need to explain both the IS-7 incident and the poison gas attack. No, we don't. I think that it's the picture. So, Gusto's son visited his father daily up through the semi-final. Oh, it's not that? Oh, okay. Well then.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What evidence am I missing? Oh my god. Okay, going to have to be more careful next time. Okay. We have all the evidence. Okay. We have all the evidence we need to explain both the IS-7 incident and the poison gas attack. See, that's why I think it's the photo, but it's not. Maybe it's a different... Her plan is to poison... No. No, it's this. It's definitely this. We have all the evidence we need to explain both the IS-7 incident and the poison gas attack. No detailed autopsy report due to the body going missing. That's kind of where I'm at with that. Like, that's where I think we... Because we don't. Because we just got the body. The body's pretty important. Ugh, okay. Matt! Welcome back, Potato! What am I on the right thing?
Which statement?
We have all the evidence we need to explain both the IS-7 incident and the poison gas.
You are on the right statement.
Okay. Now, which thing, though? Okay, so I presented the photo. I presented the autopsy and how the fact that it's not complete.
Mm-hmm.
I've already presented this before. Okay, yeah, I need help. What do I need to present?
It is the Gemini case analysis results.
This?
Mm-hmm.
Sugar composition. Oh, blood. Is it blood? Hi, Potato! How was your day, Potato? What'd you get up to? How was your Friday? Sugar detected in fountain water also seems to be a match. Okay. I'm guessing it's the blood, but we'll see. Friday, very Friday. Very nice, very nice. I'm afraid there is still one question concerning the IS-7 incident that remains unanswered, Your Honor. Would you mind taking a look at this? What is it? They're the test results carried on the liquid at the bottom of the Gemini case in the winter wing. As you can see, traces of blood were detected. The question is, whose? Until that question is answered, I hardly think you can claim it is all the evidence. That's fair. There was blood in the Gemini case? Why did I not hear about this from Eustace? Because Detective Gumshoe informed me of the results directly. I was planning to tell Mr. Winter about it myself, of course. You kept this to yourself until now, despite having no jurisdiction here whatsoever. Mark my words, the committee will hear about what you have done here today. As ever, my interest is the truth, and if mistakes were made in the past, they must be rectified. If you must report me to the committee, then so be it. But in return, we must be allowed to investigate this case to the very end. That is not my decision to make. You will need to discuss with Eustace. Oh
Guess
my
who's
God.
back, losers?
Oh my God.
And with good news, too.
Oh my God. Oh, Carmelo's here.
It was a close call for a minute there, but Carmelo Gusto is alive.
Gusto? He made it. Screw this guy. You're the ones who found me. Yep, long time no see, Gusto. You're the attorney's assistant. You've grown, and you have an assistant of your own now. The assistant? No, I'm... He hasn't gotten the gig just yet. This is Gregory Edgeworth's son. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, at your service. Fate moves in mysterious ways. I'm in your debt. If you hadn't found me in time, I wouldn't be here to thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. After all, if you hadn't lived, we wouldn't be able to ask you what really happened 18 years ago. Huh? What are you talking about? We figured out quite a bit while you were out cold, including the fact that you're probably the guy who offed poor Artie Frost.
What? Is that true?
Miss Bound to set up a very elaborate trap to catch Mr. Frost's murderer. A trap that involved rigging the Pisces case with poison gas. Perhaps in light of the fact, you could tell us your own words what happened back then. Or perhaps you'd rather exercise your right to remain silent. No, it's not that. Gusto here is a fan of the old meditation, you know, Om and all that jazz. Wow, sleeping while standing? Pretty cool. Seems pretty cool. That's one heck of a talent. Except there's no sleeping involved in meditation, Kay. Hey, Gusto, old pal. How about you snap out of it and tell us what went down way back when? I was caught in the girl's traps. Oh, so I must be the killer? Is this your idea of a joke? I'm the victim here. Indeed you are, Mr. Gusto, and there is no evidence that you have done anything wrong yet. Mr. Edgeworth and Mr. Fender are merely speculating. Rest assured that they have no authority here, and you may pay them no heed. At least somebody here seems to be on my side. Judge Verity Gavel, it's a pleasure, Mr. Gusto. I will assist you in any way you may require. Perhaps you could begin to explain what actually happened 18 years ago, to Mr. Edgeworth? Fine. Do you want me to prove my innocence, Mr. Prosecutor? I'll be happy to. So this is how you mean to play it, Judge Gavel. You're hoping Mr. Gusto will help you hide what happened instead of trying to correct the record? I believe only in infallible judgment of the goddess of justice. Except it is us humans who make the actual judgment calls in the courts of law. And so long as there are those who use that law to their advantage, our rulings are fallible indeed. If you could use your position to further obscure the truth, then neither she nor I will forgive you. Ha! We shall see about that. What do you advise, Judge Gavel? It would seem that you are under suspicion because it was you who triggered the poison gas, specifically by opening the Pisces case lid. Would you be so kind as to share why with us? Understood. I came to see Frost sculptures, simple as that. I made a mistake with opening times and arrived half an hour early. Miss Bound, was there no one at the reception desk around at that time? I had left at the main entrance unguarded and unlocked, just in case the killer made an appearance. I was also so busy making preparations elsewhere, all the way up until the art gallery's opening. So no, there was no one here on the first floor then. But I did make sure that all the wings were locked up tight, all except the autumn wing, that is. I see. She did all that just to scare the culprit into the autumn wing, which is precisely where Mr. Gusto went. Sneaking into a building's pretty suspicious however you slice it. Silence in the courtroom. I will permit no objections or interventions until there is some evidence that the witness is lying. A courtroom? You know this is an art gallery, right? Mr. Gusto? If you could please continue by explaining why you opened the Pisces case. I wanted to see Mr. Frost's work up close, so I went up to the Gemini, I guess it was supposed to be the Pisces statue, and I saw that the lid was frozen on tight, so I grabbed a blowtorch from nearby and tried to open it. When I finally got it open, gas came pouring out. Fascinating. His is the sort of flawless testimony attorneys can only dream of. Yeah, everything sounds like a lie kind. I am none too satisfied with Mr. Gusto's explanation myself. Alas, there is no evidence to refute it. Come on, there must be something. It's Miss Bound's story you should be questioning, not mine. I am not the one who set up the gas trap. She could have killed anybody with that thing. She turned on the sprinklers as soon as the gas was released. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was gunning for the killer and nobody else. That killer being you, old pal. So you believe that self-confessed criminal? Miss Bound is far from blameless in this affair, and she will have to pay for her crimes. But so will Mr. Frost's killer. You seem determined to pin Frost's murder on me, but I had no reason to kill him. You have no evidence to prove otherwise. Can we really not prove that he's the killer, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Gusto fell victim to the poison gas, that much is indisputable. Yet no matter how suspicious his actions in the present may seem, they prove nothing about the past. Yeah, but... Then what about you, Mr. Fender? There must be something we can do. You're right. We may not have evidence, but we have plenty of intel. Let's see now. If Mr. Gusto killed Frost, he must have had a reason. He claims to not have a motive, but that can't really be true, can it? If he did it, he has one. Not many people commit murder just for fun. In fact, your old man had a little back and forth with Von Karma about that probable motive, too. Remember? Ooh, this is Matt.
Okay. How can you possibly say that with any certainty? If their relationship had broken down for some reason, that could very well have been the motive behind the murder.
Von Karma wouldn't let us talk to Gusto back then, but we can now. If we can put the pieces together, I think the picture we've been looking for might just emerge. Yes, I think you might be right. I need to think back over everything we know about the IS-7 incident, especially the questions that never got answered. And then the finger marks. You were the one wearing the gloves. Escone denied that the finger marks on the frame were hers, but what if they were Mr. Gusto's? Perhaps he wanted to take a look through the ultimate cookbook for himself. So he asked me to put in a new cartridge. He seemed to think there should have been more shots left than there were. In other words... Oh wait, this is you.
In other words, the film ran out sooner than expected?
Yes. The number of shots he took didn't line up with the number of shots remaining. But he thought maybe he just lost track somewhere along the way. My father noticed these things for a reason. I just need to piece them together correctly. In the absence of evidence, it's the only way to the truth. Alright. We got a lot here. Now, did he want the cookbook? Was Artie going to win the cookbook? Gusto helped Frost in the final, but the favor wasn't returned. Okay, hold on. Let's think this through. Well, there we go. Gusto insists he had no reason to kill Artie, but Gusto helped Frost in the final, but the favor wasn't returned. I think it's these two. Yeah. Mr. Gusto, you and Mr. Frost conspired to create works for the contest together, did you not? Huh? So you know about my little secret. Mr. Fender was kind enough to inform me. Mr. Frost was in charge of the designs while you were in charge of the flavor. Is that correct? What can I say? I still had a long way to travel on the road becoming a master confectioner. But you only collaborated up until through the semi-final. Something changed after that. We both wanted to show what we could do. Show that we were better than Tangaroa. Then why did you help Mr. Frost with his entry for the final? What grounds do you have to say that? Your own statement, you made to Mr. Von Karma 18 years ago. You told him that you had been working together right up until the day before the final.
Mr. Frost's entry was carved entirely from blocks of flavored ice. Ice which would have needed at least a day to freeze. And whose flavors would therefore have already been prepared by Mr. Gusto.
Yes. Which lines up perfectly with what Gusto told me, that he helped Frost until the day before the final.
In that case, why didn't Mr. Frost reciprocate and help Mr. Gusto in return?
Objection! I can hardly be expected to read the minds of the dead. So, why didn't Mr. Frost help you in return, I submit that your relationship broke down for some reason, and that became the basis of your motive for the murder. That's not how it was. Oh, so many fireworks.
Yeah.
Sure, we stopped working together, but it was all perfectly friendly. You stopped working together in a friendly way? Kinda hard to imagine, but okay. Besides, how do you think I did it exactly? You think I just strolled into Tangaroa's room and killed Frost? I couldn't have killed the man while Tangaroa was in there working on his chocolate pieces, could I? So you see, it can't have been me. I wouldn't be so sure. There must be a window of time where Mr. Tangaroa wasn't in his room. And if I can prove that, I can prove that Mr. Gusto had the opportunity to kill Frost. Alright, remaining exposures. More film had been used up than Tangaroa expected. Did someone else use the camera? No fireworks for you yet? Not yet, Potato? Is it still light outside? Gusto couldn't have killed Frost with Tangaroa in his room. Had Gusto's goal but to look at the ultimate cookbook all along. I think it's these two. No? What? Hi, Aether! How are you? Oh my god. It must be the camera, then. Gusto couldn't have killed Frost with Tangaroa in his room. More film had been used up than Tangaroa expected. Oh! He used up the camera, so that way Tangaroa would need more film. No? Oh my god! What is it? It's not that? Okay, I thought it would have been that. Cause like, the remaining exposures and wanted the cookbook doesn't make sense to me. Matt! Matt!
There's only 3 options here, and you did 2 of them.
Is it really this? This doesn't make sense to me, though.
It'll make sense in 1 second.
It doesn't make sense to me. It literally... That's stupid! I would not put those together in real life.
It's not stupid if you think about it.
Photographing
just look at...
Oh. I would not have guessed that. I would not have guessed that. I'm okay. We'll have to find treats for the cat if the regular food doesn't work, though. Aw, Aether. You did see the Yatagarasu girl. She was here. And what if Mr. Gusto did just that? What if he used Mr. Tangaroa's camera to photograph the book? It'd be a perfect crime. So much better than stealing it and getting chased by the cops. A sneaky snapshot or 20, huh? That could work. The only question is, when would he have done it? Good question. What about during the afternoon tea? Didn't Alicia say that Gusto and Frost had missed out on the little tea party they had? Yes. He did. Which brings me to the next question. When do we know for certain that Mr. Frost was still alive? Then, after the contest began, nobody saw hide nor hair of Frost as he secluded himself in his room. The only person capable of entering his locked room was Tangaroa, possessing the key, as he did the only key.
Miss Scone, were Mr. Tangaroa's works the only ones you sampled?
No, dear, I couldn't help myself. When I'd finished my afternoon tea, I tipped over to Chillywink's room for a little taste too. Mr. Frost had kept to himself inside his room after the contest had started, but he was gone by the time Mr. Scone snuck into the sample his work. Meaning there was a good chance he was murdered before the end of afternoon tea. Okay. Afternoon tea and timing of murder. That's the only thing left. We can't be sure that Mr. Frost was alive until the beginning of afternoon tea, making tea time the only window during which Mr. Gusto could have killed him. Are you satisfied with Mr. Gusto's story now, Mr. Edgeworth? Heh. Sadly, I'm afraid that I'm still rather unsatisfied. But things are finally starting to become clear, and the truth will soon come to light at last. Do you mean to say that you have uncovered a new evidence? Evidence? No. I was hoping I might convince Mr. Gusto to open up about it instead. Oh, is that mind games again? It is. Mr. Gusto, I have a question for you. It's so surprising how well you can hear the fireworks on his mic, right? They sound like they're right outside of Matt's room, which is impressive.
They do.
Yeah.
I don't know how far these fireworks are away from here. My window isn't open.
Interesting. You chose to make your entry for the final of your own. I told you, I wanted to test myself. I wanted to prove I was the best in the world. If that were the case, then surely you wouldn't have chosen to cheat in the first place. So tell me, Mr. Gusto, why did you feel the need to team up with Mr. Frost? Ooh. 18 years ago, Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost collaborated in the confectionery contest. But why did they work together? And why did they enter the contest in the first place? That's the information I need to get out of the opponent somehow. Oh my god, 4! Mr. Gusto has seems to have a habit of pretending to be asleep when things aren't going his way. Let's start by focusing on why he chose to work with Mr. Frost. By my hand, now is the time to dig up the truth that was buried all those years ago. Mr. Gusto, what inspired you to collaborate with Mr. Frost? We were acquaintances before we were contestants. He was interested in entering the contest, so we decided to sign up together. And you decided to pair up with a sculptor that had nothing with your lack of faith in your skills? Huh, you don't know me. You joined forces because we wanted to make the most perfect creations possible, that's all. Why couldn't you do that on your own? I will expose all your lies in the end, Mr. Gusto. It's only a matter of time. Oh, okay, I have to wait till he's sleeping to... Okay. 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 Okay, I get it. Yes, okay. Yep. Bide my time. Frost's son and mine were in the same grade at school, so we got along pretty well too. Oh? You two were just friends who happened to try for the title of World's Greatest Confectioner? Nerd. Now he's pretending to be asleep. Wake up! Heh, pretending to be asleep when your going gets tough won't work on me, I'm afraid. Mr. Frost was a sculptor, Mr. Gusto. I doubt he cared much about winning the title of confectioners. In which case, he probably had a different motive for taking part in the contest, wouldn't you say? He's sad. Fine, it was me. I wanted that title. Okay. Frost was the only in it for the prize, the ultimate cookbook. I see. And since your objectives dovetailed so neatly, you decide to work together. But then something happened. A breakdown in your relationship, perhaps. If so, I want to know why. Mr. Prosecutor, I'm still quite unwell after my brush with death. Push me too hard. And I'll be on my way back to the medical room. No, wait! And you better wrap this up quickly. I'm already dangerously low on patience. Mr. Gusto's trying desperately to make his escape, but he's not going anywhere yet. Not as long as he's still keeping things from me, so let's figure out what he was really after next. He's after the cookbook. No time to lose. I need to pick the right line of questioning, and fast. You had your eyes on something other than the title, didn't you? After all, I'm not sure the title of World's Greatest Confectioner even counts for that much. Now you're insulting the way of the confectioner? My goal, my only goal, was to win the title. I didn't care about anything else. You have no idea how much it would have meant to me. Bide my time. Look, my sense of design may not have been up to snuff back then, but you should see me now. Oh? You've improved? You bet I have. I didn't do all that training in Zeng Fa for nothing. I'll believe it. I kind of want to do that. I'll believe it when I see it. I will exposure. Okay, no, that's not right. I kind of wanted to do that just to see. All right. Okay. Bide my time. Okay. Bide my time. I looked up to Tangaroa, you know, spent hours poring over the designs of his work. Even used to watch his show with my son. Sounds like to me like Mr. Tangaroa's work was especially influential in your early studies. And with his recipe book, he might have even become the best someday. Maybe. The book was real treasure, no doubt about that. Any confectioner would have wanted it. Heh, you claim that your only goal was to win the title. Yet you also seem to have an interest in the contest prize, the ultimate cookbook. The greatest collection of recipes, by the world's greatest confectioner. Can't say I had absolutely no interest in it. And even if I did... What exactly is so wrong with that? Nothing, I suppose. Only that the cookbook contained recipes for medicines, not desserts. And everyone who entered the contest supposedly knew that. Seems like I don't know what sound to make when he says like you know, it's like part of me is like village Minecraft, like that's kind of like where my mind goes. Yeah. I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere. I can't let him slip from my grasp now. Just need to stay calm and keep the pressure on. Okay. Next, let's find out why he wanted the cookbook. So your plan was to win the cookbook and use it to help with your own creations? What else? A cookbook like that could have improved my craft tenfold. You could have made a lot of money if you sold it. I don't know much about what was actually in there, but it was worth more than money, I'll tell you that. ... You know more than you're letting on. Come now, Mr. Gusto. I think you know more than the ultimate cookbook than you claim. They told us a little about it at the start of the contest. Then you know what kind of recipes it actually contained, don't you? There weren't dessert recipes at all. See if you did your homework. I see you did your homework. Fine, so you know what was really in there. The Ultimate Cookbook, or the Angel's Cookbook, to give it its proper title, is a collection of chemical formulas and ways to synthesize new medicines nobody has ever heard of. So did he know that the cookbook would actually contain the... So he did know that the cookbook actually contained recipes for medicines. This could be an important clue. Did you know how valuable the cookbook really was? What kind of question is that? It was a collection of Tangaroa's recipes. There wasn't a confectioner in the world who wouldn't have wanted to get their hands on it. Time to deploy my clue. Except you know that's not what's really in there! Your designs may have improved thanks to your training in Zhengfa, but you clearly didn't do enough work on your skills of deception. You already admitted that you knew the Ultimate Cookbook was a collection of recipes for medicines. Thereby making your interest in not gastronomical, but pharmaceutical in nature. You needed the medicine, didn't you? You're a confectioner, Mr. Gusto. You had no professional interest in revolutionary new medicines, which suggests that your interest must have been personal. I underestimated you. Fine, you're right. Winning the title wasn't the only reason I entered the contest. I needed one of the recipes in that book. It was for my son. He was sick. He was? Tell me more. That's none of your business. I told you as much as you need to know. He looks rattled, but I can't let him off the hook. Let's find out what this mystery illness was. It's like cancer or some thing like that. I've almost gotten to the bottom of this. I can feel it. Just a few more moves. Tell me more about your son. Tell me more about your son. He was my pride and joy. Probably not cancer. I guess we'll find out. He is my biggest fan. And you entered the contest in order to help him. You clearly don't have children of your own. Any father would have done the same. I would have done anything to help him. Anything. He would have come see me here at the contest venue too, right up until the semi-final. Really? He didn't get in the way of your work? You were trying to beat Samson Tangaroa. Surely you didn't have the time to look after a child. Yeah, well, I wanted to do what I could for him. He said he wanted to always be the first to try my creations. I'm still recovering, so if you've got nothing to say, let me go back to the medical room. Oh, wait! Oh, no! Ah, crap! Okay, tell me more about your son. Anything to help him. So you said your son was sick, Mr. Gusto, and yet he was able to come and join you for the contest. It wasn't that kind of illness, nothing life-threatening anyway. This feels like it could be an important clue. So you needed the cookbook to cure your son. Yeah, nowadays you can get the medication he needed anywhere, but back then the book was our only hope. Which is why I didn't dare waste my time on fancy tea parties. I had to give my all to my work. What about Mr. Tangaroa's work? Surely that tea break gave you the perfect opportunity to steal a glance at it. And what makes you think I had the energy to, or time to care about what others had made? Oh, crap. I should be more proactive! Okay. I think you made it abundantly clear how much interest you had in Mr. Tangaroa's work. What's more is if you were that determined to win the Ultimate Cookbook, I seriously doubt you would have passed up a chance to peek at your competitors' entries. I had plenty of chances throughout the contest to see a sample of my rival's work, you know. But each time I did, nothing seemed to have any flavor. Must have been nerves or something. Nothing Mr. Gusto had tasted had any flavor. That seems like it could be an important clue. Could you tell me the name of the disease your son suffered from? Oh, it's probably the taste thing! You're a real cold customer, Mr. Prosecutor. Isn't it enough that he was seriously ill? Why would you need to force me to tell you more? Time to deploy my clue. But it wasn't life-threatening. It's the taste! His son didn't have taste! Like Mr. Tangaroa! So why are you so reluctant to share any further details? It may not have been life-threatening, but that doesn't mean it wasn't life-altering. I see. That must have been very hard for both of you. Of course it was. That's why I did everything I could to find a cure. We were desperate. He couldn't taste anything. Not even his favorite desserts. Did he have a taste disorder? As I understand it, the Ultimate Cookbook contains a recipe for a very particular medication. One of that Mr. Tangaroa used to cure himself of his own taste disorder. So he had it too? Too, you say? So your son has a taste disorder then, am I correct? Nerd! How did I let that slip? You've been asking me to believe that you needed to win the cookbook in order to cure your son. But that was that really the case? Of course it was. What are you saying? I'm saying that I'm not so sure that's true based on everything you've told me. Time to deploy my clue. You were sick yourself. Yeah, because he couldn't taste anything. Taste disorders are difficult to live with. Isn't it easy to not be able to enjoy food? You should know, after all. You just told me you experienced something like that during the contest. You said that nothing you sampled had any flavor. Those were your words, correct? Which would seem to suggest that you were suffering from a taste disorder. A confectioner without a sense of taste? Not exactly ideal. Are you sure it wasn't actually your own condition you were seeking a cure for, Mr. Gusto? I had enough of your speculations. I managed this just fine in that contest. Made my own entries, no problem. Heh, sorry, but I'm afraid you're contradicting your own testimony. You already admitted that you and Mr. Frost had worked together during the contest. It's too late to claim that you did it all on your own now. Yay! Ah, he's angry. You would have us to believe that you are a man of principle, a dedicated student of a confectioner's art. Yet you abandoned those principles and conspired with Mr. Frost to rig the contest. Also, you could cure your own taste disorder. You got me, Mr. Prosecutor. As you said, my sense of taste was shot. My son's was fine. I kept it hidden for so long, 18 years, and nobody knew. Sadly, you can lie to others, but you can't lie to me. Both Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost entered the contest hoping to obtain the ultimate cookbook, and for the medicine that would cure Mr. Gusto's disorder, and the money would bring in for Mr. Frost. Thus, an uneasy alliance was forged, and that, I believe, is the checkmate. Yay! Oh, thank God. Yay! Ah! I'll admit it. You're good. I never told anybody about any of this, but you figured it all out anyway. It's true. 18 years ago, I developed Agusia. What's agusia? It's a taste disorder that makes you so you can't taste anything at all. A confectioner's worst nightmare. Mr. Fender, is this what Mr. Tangaroa had as well? No, the big man had what they call dissociated taste disorder. Basically, some things he could taste just fine, while others had no flavor at all. So he suffered too. Can't have been easy. Not when there wasn't a way to cure it on the market. Which is why you needed Mr. Tangaroa's cookbook. You admit it now that was the real reason you entered the contest. It was the only one of the reasons. I wasn't lying when I said I wanted the title. When I put my mind to something, it gets done. I won't lose to anybody. You may not have been able to taste it then, but I still knew my stuff was good enough to win. No? So you went into the final thinking you stood a good chance of winning. Of course. What is it that Mr. Fender said about Mr. Tangaroa thought of Mr. Gusto's creations? Mr. Gusto's creations were perfect balance of flavor and design, at least up through the semi-final. But disappointingly, his entry for the final was subpar on both counts. We were told that your entry for the final was far from prize-winning taste sensation you described. What happened, Mr. Gusto? What went wrong that day? Fine. You want me to talk? I'll talk. You're not going to like what I have to say. Frost and I were working together right up through the semi-final. I handled the flavor, he did the designing. But I wanted to face Tangaroa on in my final on the final on my own. No help, just me and my skills. So I helped Frost with his entry, but mine I did alone. If it didn't taste good in the final, that's on me. What can I say? I lack training. And that's all there is to it. Happy now? Ugh, there don't seem to be any obvious contradictions in his testimony. Yep, not that it'd be easy to get anything real out of him. He's managed to not let slip what really happened 18 years ago after all. Why don't you try pushing him a bit, Mazarino? See if you can shake something loose. I think I might just have to, Fender. That's what I do anyway, chat. Alright, Frost and I were working together. Press! Frost was in charge of designing the work you both submitted while you handled the taste? Yeah, he was the sculptor, a craftsman, and his sense of design was second to none. And he was clueless about confectionery, which is where I came in. We each did what the other couldn't. And the boy did you have an eye for aesthetics, not even the simple stuff. Ugh. How do you like me now? Huh, a national symbol of Zhengfa. Oh yeah, it's a phoenix. That's awesome. Now say, pretty different from the stuff you were pumping out 18 years ago. Da ha ha ha, behold the fruits of my training. I dedicated my whole life to my craft, but back then we both needed each other's help, so we joined hands until the final. Alright.
Hold it.
You were serious about winning the title then? Of course! The art of confectionery is my life. Why wouldn't I have wanted to be crowned the greatest? But I still have a lot to learn back then. I guess it's no surprise my work wasn't up to scratch. But the title wasn't the only thing you wanted. There was a cookbook too. You wanted the cookbook even more than you wanted the title. Isn't that right, Mr. Gusto?
Overruled.
Oh my god, you. Mr. Edgeworth, you are badgering a witness who is still suffering from the effects of today's attack. I cannot allow this harassment to continue. Ugh, I understand, Your Honor, but ignore him, Mr. Gusto. You need not answer that vile prosecutor's question. But please, continue your testimony in your own time. Oh, go away, Gavel. I hate her. I hate her so much. So you're saying Mr. Frost didn't help you at all? But he'd help you up until then, correct? It's a little strange for him to stop so late in the contest, no? Strange or not, it's the truth. Could be he had his reasons, too. I wouldn't know. If he's lying, it's going to be a headache to prove. 18 years is a long time. Not unless that gizmo of yours has a built-in lie detector, Kay? If I did, I have stolen the show from Mr. Edgeworth long before now. Don't worry, Fender. I can tell when he's lying. No doohickeys assistance required. Please, Mr. Gusto, continue your testimony. Last one. If it didn't taste good in the final, that's on me. What can I say? I lacked training. And yet, I heard that your creations prior to the final scored highly for their flavor. What went wrong? Was there some kind of cooking accident on that day? No, nothing like that. I told you, I had a taste disorder. My sense of taste failed me. It's as simple as that. When Mr. Frost's entry was complimented on its flavor, your sense of taste hadn't failed you then. Did something happen overnight? I don't think he's going to spill any more beans, Edgeworth. Seems I should ask him about something else. Stay the course. No, I'll just stick with what I have for now. An 18-year-old mystery, and the key to unraveling it is finally in my grasp. I just need to remember everything Fender told me about what he and my father discovered. The two... Frost and I... Hold on. Wasn't there, like, two desserts that tasted the same, but they were different? That's not here. Here, hold on. Let's press again. Okay. Ask about the semi-final. Ask about Mr. Frost. Did something happen the night before? How about ask about this? Did something change between the semi-final and the final, Mr. Gusto? Not really. The only difference between the semi-final and the final is Frost wasn't helping me. Ooh. Press. So you really completed your final entry without Mr. Frost's help. I may not have had his designs to lean on, but I knew I was solid when it came to flavor. So the visuals were the only thing that changed between the semi-final and the final. You sure, Gusty, old pal? Gonna have to call you out on that one, I'm afraid. It wasn't just the looks that got big thumbs down come judgment time. It got trashed on flavor, too. Doesn't sound much like a winner to me. Despite his confidence, Mr. Gusto failed on flavor, too. The lack of Mr. Frost's assistance shouldn't have affected that. So what's the other difference? The lack of Frost's assistance shouldn't have affected that. So what's the other difference? 18-year-old mystery. Unraveling is finally in my grasp. I need to remember everything Fender told me about what he and my father discovered. The only difference between the semi-final and the final was Frost wasn't helping me. Oh, I have to look at everything! Okay. Between the semi-final and the final was that Frost wasn't helping me. Is it the photo? The only difference between the semi-final and the final was... No, his son wasn't visiting him. I can think of one significant difference between the semi-final and the final, Mr. Gusto. Your son. This is him in the photograph, correct? You told him that he was here with you up until the semi-final. He was. What of it? What indeed? He was here with you until the semi-final, until he suddenly wasn't for the final. And just suddenly, your work went from being lauded in its flavor to being lambasted for it. I don't think that's a coincidence, do you? He wasn't just spending quality time with his father, he was playing a much more pivotal role than that. He was tasting the food! I just wanted him to see me hard at work, to show him I was trying my best for him. Who knows, maybe it was him being there that helped me with all those early rounds. He talks a good game, but nothing about this guy screams super dad to me. Indeed, thankfully we wouldn't only have to give such an idea credence if his story were true. After all, how much could the encouragement of one small boy affect the taste of a grown man's work? Mr. Gusto prided himself on the flavor of his creations, but then he lost his sense of taste. He must have had a tough time maintaining his high standards after such a devastating loss. Unless... I'm sure your son was here to cheer you on, but that wasn't all he was here to do, was it? You're a very suspicious man, Mr. Prosecutor. Why not try answering for yourself for a change? What's an elementary school kid doing here other than supporting his father? To taste your creations. Your son knew the taste of your work pretty well, I imagine, Mr. Gusto. He was my biggest fan. Of course he knew it. In which case, he would have been a good judge of whether something tasted on brand, so to speak, no? What are you implying? You've already told us that you were suffering from a taste disorder. Yes. This was just like a couple seconds ago. Did we really need a flashback? Aguisia. No one knew about your condition. Indeed. I doubt Mr. Frost would have wanted to continue collaborating with you had he found out. After all, it was your job to make sure his creations tasted good. Therefore, your son wasn't just here to support you. He was helping you by taste testing your work. Dang. Now it all makes sense. Frost stuff tasted good because it was really was finished the day before when the kid was still here. You have a vivid imagination, Mr. Prosecutor. But do you seriously think you trust a kid to tell me how to adjust the taste of my masterpieces? I have some pride, you know, even back then. Did you now? My designs may not have been much to write home about back then, but I always knew my work tasted better than anybody else's. You think I'd risk everything by putting my reputation in the hands of a child? This is much more speculation. That's all it is. In any case, I'd like to speak to your son this instant. Let's see how much of your story he can corroborate. Sadly for you, my son is no longer my concern. What? As soon as I got my sense of taste back, I went straight to Zhengfa to start. Wow, he abandoned his son? What the hell? I cut all ties with the kid for good. Oh! Wow, yeah, he definitely is not super dad. Oh my god. Yikes. What? You abandoned your own child? Nah, that ain't half of it. No one knows where he is, even now. The cops have looked all over for him, but no dice. So, still think you can prove your asinine theory? I'd like to see you try. That fake laugh needs to be on blurb, to be honest. You think so, Aether? You think I care about anything besides confectionery? Think again. I got my sense of taste back. What do I need? What do I have for a son? Wow! Oh my god! Silence in the courtroom. While Mr. Gusto's words and actions may demonstrate certain lack of humanity on his part, the goddess of justice cannot judge him for that. Therefore, Mr. Edgeworth, I believe it is time for you to admit defeat. Yeah, give it up. 18 years is a long time for anything to surface now. Proof or otherwise. Mr. Edgeworth, we have to do something. If we don't, the truth might be lost forever. Where are you, Detective Gumshoe? Can't imagine whose blood it could possibly be. What?
No, that's my line.
Oh, sorry. Oh, gosh. I forgot that you were Gumshoe. Oh, my God.
Can't imagine whose blood it could possibly be, but I'll get it tested right away, sir.
Oh, yeah. We've been waiting this whole time. I did give! My bad! I committed a crime. Please do, Detective. That's how he got his Doug Dimmadome-sized chef hat, by being a bad parent. You're right, Gib, you're right. That's the last piece of the puzzle, I'm sure of it. Once we know whose blood it is... Hey, Miles, sorry to cut you into your mind palace time, but I was pondering something myself. Our friend Gusto didn't come here just to check up on the body, did he? You mean because he tried to open the case? Exactamundo. I think we have anything that might explain why he tried to do that. We might, if Detective Gumshoe can make it back in time with a certain piece of evidence. That's quite enough idle chatter, Defense. Now if you...
Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Fuck you, Gavel! Oh my god. Heh, speak of the devil. I take it you have the test results, Detective. Yes, sir.
Yes,
oh,
sir.
Sorry.
The lab just got back to me.
Detective, please. Court is in session. Now then, am I right to assume that you are bringing us evidence Mr. Edgeworth was speaking of?
What? Hey, no fair. Why didn't anyone tell me about any of this?
Because you suck, Eustace.
It
is indeed the evidence in question, Your Honor. It needed testing, so I asked him to carry it out.
What the... Why is everybody always helping you?
Because you suck, Eustace!
I'm supposed to be the one in charge here.
Because you suck, Eustace! Mr. Winner, I'm sorry I didn't involve you, but this is important. Can we at least hear what the detective has to say?
Well, alright.
So, Detective Gumshoe, what did the test results have to tell us?
You're not gonna believe this, but... the owner of the blood we found in the liquid at the bottom of the Gemini case is...
Drum roll, please! You suck! That's good, Gib, that's good.
Carmelo Gusto, the victim of the poison gas attack.
Oh. What are you talking about? Thank you, Detective. You've been very helpful. Well, it looks like my suspicions were correct. Welcome back, Potato! What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, what do you mean? Explain yourself. What is the significance of this blood to this case? It's the very thing the perpetrator of the IS-7 incident has been trying to hide all these years. Wait, what's going on? The fact that your blood was found inside the Gemini case, Mr. Gusto. It's as good as finding your blood lying next to Mr. Frost's body. Oh, okay. Okay. I thought something else crazy was going on. Okay. Why would there be traces of your blood there, of all places, Mr. Gusto? If you won't answer, Your Honor, Mr. Gusto, if you won't answer her, Your Honor, Mr. Gusto, then I will. There wasn't just blood in the liquid from the Gemini case. There were traces of salt and sugar, too. There were? And if you remember, one particular part of Mr. Frost's work was allegedly very salty indeed. Oh, yeah. You're talking about what Delicia told us back then, right? What was it again? Did they ever? I tried ices so scrumptious in all my life. Really? Man, I wish I could have had a bite. Well, scrumptious except for the salty bit, of course. That was unbearable.
The salty bit?
It's in the other photo you've got there. This bit, the harpy thing.
Gemini's liar.
Yes, the liar, the only liar, tasted as if it had been flavored with salt. There are no traces of salt anywhere else in Mr. Frost's century. Very interesting. And perhaps you can tell us, Mr. Edgeworth, where did the salt on the liar come from? Where did it come from? Oh, the salt lamp?
Take that!
This is the lamp from the IS-7 incident? Indeed. I believe that the salt that gave the liar its flavor came from such a lamp. Oh, chat, there's an ad in 45 seconds, just so you know. Mr. Von Karma had established that both salt lamps were in Mr. Tangaroa's room at the time of the crime. One of them was used to kill Mr. Frost. And it was stained with his blood. But no corresponding pool of blood was found in Mr. Tangaroa's room. Right, because the culprit had chucked the piece of raw chocolate with that on it in the little stream. Furthermore, aside from the liar, no traces of salt were found anywhere else in Mr. Frost's room either. Nah. Hey, come to think of it, the lamps were found in Delicia's room were both broken. Oh.
The lamps appear to be broken.
Bulbs are smashed, both of them. Maybe they all fell broken on the floor? We never did figure out how one of them was used to kill Frost got busted, but are we thinking maybe it had Gusto's blood on it at some point? Nah. Anyone whose blood was found on one of the lamps would have been a person of interest to the police. So the killer needed to hide the blood somehow, in a way that wouldn't arouse suspicion. And you are seriously suggesting that the liar was used to do just that? I am. I suspect the bloody salt was somehow applied to the liar so that it could be hidden inside the case. Because unlike the fountain water, the sculptures would have needed more time to care to test properly. And so he waited and waited for his chance to dispose of the liar undetected. Then, the reason he's here today is... 18 years ago, Mr. Frost's body was the evidence pointing to his killer were taken away together. This, of course, was not part of the perpetrator's plan, and thus a new dilemma arose. The possibility that the body, the incriminating evidence, or both would resurface one day. So back he comes 18 years later, sneaking in bright and early to try and cover his tracks. Well, Mr. Gusto, are you finally ready to admit it? Are you the one responsible for the IS-7 incident? Mr. Gusto, it's all because of you that Samson... Gusto. So I finally got caught, huh? All these years later? Nobody came close back then. Not even Big Shot Prosecutor or the attorney. That's some impressive work, Mr. Prosecutor. Have to hand it to you. You admit it then, that you murdered Artie Frost. Sure I do. I did it. I killed him! But I only had myself to blame. What do you mean by that?
Wait, that isn't what he said.
Oh, wait.
He said he only had himself to blame.
He agreed to
It's
help.
the exact opposite
my
of what
bad,
he
my
said.
bad. He agreed to help me. We were both supposed to help each other so that one of us could win. And whoever won was supposed to let the other use the cookbook. But then on the day of the final, the rat finally showed his true colors. Seriously, Frost? We had a deal. Sorry, I'm not helping you in the final. Our little agreement is over, Gusto. But I helped you! I spent all day yesterday making the ice for your pieces. Did you? And can you prove that, I suppose? Yeah, the dyslexia is strong with me, it's true. Jay, you said that completely wrong. Every stream I think more and more that Jay needs to go back to kindergarten. I have undiagnosed dyslexia. What do you... Wait, you were planning to betray me right from the start, weren't you? After Frost double-crossed me, I had to make my piece for the final by myself. And like you said, my son wasn't there, so I didn't have any help with the flavor either. So much for the pride that you claimed you have your ability to make delicious desserts. So go ahead and judge. You have no idea what it was like for someone like me to lose my sense of taste. I gave up everything to become the best. Everything! I take pride in that. Something someone like you could never understand. You're right, I don't understand. Do you take pride in the fact that you resorted to murder? Or that you abandoned your son? Why would I want to understand someone who could do such things? Thank you, Edgeworth! Call him out on that. A man can't afford to rely on people. I learned that the hard way 18 years ago. But you abandoned your son! My son never showed up on the day of the final. And in hindsight, I wouldn't be surprised if Frost was the reason why. Why would you think that? What exactly happened to your son? How am I supposed to know? I told you, he's none of my concern. Wow! This guy's a dick! Oh my god! And according to you guys, nobody knows where he is now either. And you don't care? You're horrible! So in this disappearance, you went to went your chances of winning, correct? Right? I hope he goes to jail. I hate this dude too. Yeah, I had to find another way of getting my hands on that book when the inspiration struck. I decided to skip afternoon tea and snuck into Tangaroa's room. It should have been so easy. All I had to do was photograph the formulas. I needed to get out of there. But then Frost show up. I thought I might find you here. Stealing recipes from the famous cookbook, huh? Tut. Frost! What is this? A cure for taste disorders? Oh no, that's just too tragic. A confectioner who can't taste anything. What will people say? If you tell anybody, no! Ah! You'll what? You can't even hit me with you miserable worm. Why you? Frost shoved me hard when I went to punch him, knocked me clean off my feet. I crashed into one of the lamps. Must have been when my blood got on it. So Mr. Frost wasn't the first to get hurt. When it was all over, I realized I had to get rid of that blood somehow, so I scraped all the bloodied bits. I dissolved those salt shavings in some flavored ice mixture and brushed all those all over the harp. And that's how you made the evidence linking you to the murder vanish. Frost was going to blackmail me. He would have made me give him money to keep quiet about my condition. So you decided you had to kill him? Yeah, I guess I did. Why would I let him live? I would want someone holding someone like that over you. Would you want someone like holding like that over your head? Does the go into his pocket too? I think so, Gib. I think so. I also hate this dude, Potato. Besides, he's the one who drew first blood. Makes for a solid case of self-defense, don't you think? So that was the impetus behind it all. Anyway, I initially took the lamp to Frost's room. Went straight there once I figured out how I was gonna hide the bloodied part. Inspired by the ice sculpture's tools lying in the place, I guess. You're not as dumb as you pretend to be. Yeah, I figured I could use them to chip off and grind it up. Once that was done, painting the stuff over the harp was easy. But why Samson? Why did you have to frame him? I never meant for the cops to pin it on him. That was your fault, you and the rest of them. Why do you think I went to the trouble of placing the lamps and the cloths back in Scone's room? There is only one reason to plant the murder weapon in the room of another contestant, and that's to cast suspicion on that person. Do you also have dementia? I don't have dementia! I only have dyslexia. And that's not how you spell dementia, Potato. What? You tried to frame me, Gusty Pants? Yeah. But why? Why poor old me? I respected Tangaroa. He was the best. A true champion. I would never have wanted him to take the fall. But you're a fraud. Your work wasn't even real. You had no respect for the craft. How old is even Mrs. Cohen? I think she's supposed... Wait, we can check that, right? Let's see. She is... Oh. Question mark, question mark, question mark. I have no idea how old Miss Scone is. It has everyone else's age. But hers! And Artie's, but, like, he's dead. So, you know. You deserve to be punished for what you did. No, Gusty, how could you? And had you refrained from eating Tangaroa's work, Frost's body wouldn't have been found. My plan was to wait until Tangaroa was judging your room. That's when I'd sneak the corpse into Frost's room and freeze it. But thanks to you, Bound here found it before I had a chance to retrieve it. That's true, never ask a woman her age. Kinda sus. I don't understand, but why would you need to freeze his body at all? Ah, why indeed? Mr. Edgeworth, surely you must know. Why did Mr. Gusto need to freeze Frost's body? I think to obscure the time of death. Mr. Gusto needed to freeze Mr. Frost's body in order to obscure the time of death. If they determined that the murder occurred during afternoon tea, he would have been an obvious suspect. Bingo! Freezing Frost's body wasn't simple. Preparing everything took time. Because the statute of limitations is... Wait, hold on. Wait, can I look at the evidence? He can't be charged with it, which makes it sad. Murder, 15. This suspended should the suspect flee a foreign country. Suspended if any time the... Oh! The accomplice's indictment of the to the end of their trial. Okay, so never mind. Wait, the statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country. He went to Zhengfa. The statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial. And also when... whatchamacallit, when Samson was put on trial. Okay. So I decided to put his body in the chest in Tangaroa's room while I got everything ready in Frost's. At the time, it seemed like the perfect hiding place. Never counted on some gluttonous pharmacist showing up and making the whole ship collapse. I still don't get it, though. Why disguise the body as a knife sculpture at all? The sooner it was found, the smaller the effect of the freezing would have had masking the time of death. Therefore, he needed to disguise it, at least until it was fully frozen. How awful! Using Mr. Frost's own work to help you cover up the truth behind his murder. Ironically, Tangaroa would have been just as fine if the body had been found if I got it out of his room. If only things had gone to plan, he wouldn't have even had to been arrested, let alone convicted. You mean... It was my fault? Everything happened to Samson? It's all because I found the body? Don't let it get inside your head, Judes. None of this is your fault. It wasn't Samson. It would have been Delicia instead. She wouldn't have been the one... She would have been the one arrested. Either way, there's only one person to blame here, and that's Gusto. Yeah, you tell him, Fender. It didn't mean the initial detective was so bad at his job either. He never even told the prosecutor that the body had vanished. So then, Mr. Von Karma had unwittingly placed Mr. Tangaroa under arrest in the absence of a body. I mean, I guess it would explain why he was so keen to wrap things up. Still, you'd think he'd notice something as big as that if he'd taken a few reports, right? Exactly! That's what makes Von Karma a freaking idiot. Like, I can understand his, you know... his thought of always get a guilty verdict. But why don't you get to the truth first before you get a... You know what I mean? Like, it seems stupid. It seems very dumb. Very, very dumb. Not if someone had been deliberately distorting the facts of the case, though. Either way, it seems that Mr. Von Karma didn't know about the body until after their arrest had been made. But admitting that would have spoiled his perfect record. So he kept it to himself to proceed to prosecute Mr. Tangaroa regardless. Can this really be true? You don't feel bad at all? Somebody spent 18 years in prison because of you! Sticks and stones, girly. Sticks and stones. What a jerk! Oh, sorry.
Oh, what a jerk. I ought to arrest you right now, pal.
Yeah. I'm afraid I can't allow you to do that, detective. So you noticed, huh? Glad somebody did. The judge is right. You can't lay a finger on me. What? Why? You just confessed to murder. No idea, huh? Then I guess I better lay it out for you. Oh my god, I thought... Oh, the fact that I have to do this really makes me angry. I killed Frost 18 years ago. The statute of limitations for murder in this country is 15 years. You do the math. You can't arrest me. You think I have confessed otherwise? It's pretty messed up. That's right! The statute of limitations is only 15 years! This is really the end of the line, Mr. Edgeworth? Once the statute is expired, he can't be charged, so... But... How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm afraid that both Mr. Gusto's confession and your deductions will have to be struck from the... Gavel! I hate this! Oh my god, why is she on his side? Mr. Tangaroa's conviction will remain in... But he's innocent! Oh my god, just because we can't prosecute him doesn't mean that he still has to be in jail. But we've finally proven that the police never had Mr. Frost's body in their possession. Even we can't can't arrest Mr. Gusto. Surely Mr. Tangaroa has grounds for retrial on that basis. Does he? I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid that the goddess judgments are somewhat harder to overturn than one might can imagine. Yeah, right? This is the least impartial judge in the world. She is terrible at her job. Bad luck, Mr. Prosecutor. There must be something we can do. Something to bring Mr. Gusto down. Alright, we already know what it is, chat. It's literally the book that What's-Her-Face gave us. Don't be impartial, challenge impossible. The passage of time doesn't diminish what you did, Mr. Gusto. It sure diminishes one thing, though. Your ability to arrest me. Oh, we can... Oh,
we can arrest you. We can arrest you real good. I can have you in cuffs before you even blink, pal. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
This issue is an open and shut as you're making it out to be, detective. You can't touch me. It's too late for that.
Hold it.
Depending on your actions over the last 18 years, the statute may not have expired yet. This is all right to be good. All right, I got nothing to hide. There's something you want to ask, ask it. Very well. Tell us where you've been and what you've been doing since the incident. Sure. Not long after the contest, I was able to cure my taste disorder thanks to the formula from that book. And not long after that, I went to Zhengfa for a real buckle down to home. But how long were you in Zhengfa for? That explains a lot. We tried to contact you after the fact. I guess you were long gone by then, huh? Could be. I left, let's see, around a year and a half after the murder. It was before Tangaroa's last day in court. Going to Zhengfa was the best thing I ever did. Flavor, design, I'm the full package now. And all the backs of those whose lives you destroyed. What's an omelet without a few eggs? Nothing, Mr. Prosecutor. Nothing. You're evil. Sticks and stones, girly. You can't arrest me, and that's all that matters. I need more work. This has to get something to get out of him. Maybe I can push him further on the statements he just made. Is there anything I should follow up on? His training in Zhengfa. I'd like you to tell us more about your training in Zhengfa, if you wouldn't mind. I don't know, Potato. Fine. I later went to Zhengfa to train. I finally became the best in the world. Okay, well, how long were you there for? Zhengfa, and you were there for a while, I imagine. Yeah, I left sometime after the investigation had wrapped up. I've been meaning to go there to start my studies for a while. And thanks to the hard work I put in... But how long were you there? I hate how we're beating around the bush here. My designs are now world-class.
Whoa, that's amazing.
You like it? It's yours.
Really? Oh, right.
So he spent some time in Zhengfa training. How long?
Hold it.
Oh, I already did this. I already did this. Yeah. Yeah. What about Mr. Tangaroa's final day in court? Would you mind telling us more about Mr. Tangaroa's final day in court? Fine. As for Tangaroa, I didn't stick around for his final court appearance. And you weren't summoned as a witness at any point by the prosecution or defense? I had more important things to do than worry about a court case. I was busy getting ready to go and become the best. Gregory and me searched high and low and found for the guy. He seemed to not want to be found. Sounds like he played his cards right and managed to avoid setting foot in court. Okay. Okay, let's press on this. I want to go back and change the other thing. Never say never, Mr. Gusto. Nothing is impossible. Really? Come on, give it up. Your father couldn't catch me. What makes you think you can? Ah! He wouldn't have solved the case if it hadn't been for Von Karma's obstructing him at every turn. And now the statute of limitations is threatening to enter the truth in this case forever. Don't listen to him, Mr. Edgeworth. You can't give up. Not now. We're doing this for your dad, so we have to see it through to the end. Okay. The truth is right there for the taking. What kind of great thieves are we if we don't grab it for ourselves? I'm not a great thief, Kay, but you're right. Carmelo Gusto, I won't allow you to make off with the truth. Do your worst. You think I have to confess otherwise? Let's press here and get the flavor text for that. What's the only reason? Because you knew the statute had expired? What else would it? Why would anybody? Not that I planned for it ever coming out, of course. And why is that? Because I'm finally the world's greatest confectioner, and petty stuff like this only gets in the way of me and my craft. So you're more concerned about you and your rep than the fact that Samson's still rotting in jail? I've seen some pieces of work in my time, but you're the flat-out unforgivable. Who cares about forgiveness? I did what I did. I don't need you to understand any of it. Potato, just because I can't read doesn't mean that I can't play the game. I think that's rude, and I'm gonna delete your message. Alright, Miles, it's official. Uncle Eddie's mad, and that doesn't happen often. You're not the only one. But don't worry, he won't get away with this. Not if I can help it. Mr. Gusto is no ordinary opponent. He's gone 18 years without his crimes being exposed. Think, Mr. Edgeworth, there must be some way for us to arrest him. The guy's probably watched a few legal dramas before, but he's no lawyer, not like you and me. There's got to be some loophole somewhere we can use. Yes, okay, we already got it. Okay, I already know what it is. I think both can work, but I like the thought of using the other one. I like the other one. Because I feel like that's more solid. His training in Zhengfa. Okay. Later to go into Zhengfa to find... Okay, so let's present here. And we'll present the book! The book that Gavel gave us! The statute of limitations for murder is subject to the following condition. The statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country, which means that the time you spent abroad doesn't count towards the total time under the statute. No way! So it's like someone hit pause while he was in Zhengfa? It appears that there may be time left on the clock yet, but that will depend on how long you stayed in Zhengfa, Mr. Gusto. It was 3 years exactly. Oh, shit! 3 years! Hold on. Nobody say anything until I've done the math. The murder happened 18 years back. That statute is 15 years. Add 3 more overseas. 15 plus 3 makes exactly 18, which means no way! Mr. Edgeworth, you did it! The statute hasn't expired after all. Bingo! 18 years exactly. Glad you worked it out yourselves. Yeah, right? Potato, it did take 2 people to do 15 plus 3. Why is he laughing? We're good, aren't we? We can arrest him now. Hate to break it to you, little sis, but Saturday 17 went down in December. It's April now, which means, strictly speaking, it's been 18 years and 4 months since Frost's murder. If Gusto's stay in Zhangfa really lasted 3 years on the nose, it's not enough. We're a few months short. Not enough? But... What'd I tell you? You can't touch me. I hate to admit it, but he read the board well when he made his confession. But there's the other thing, too, about the... Ugh. If only the statute had been suspended for another year. But it was suspended for another year! Oh my gosh. Hi, Kava! How are you? Welcome to stream. Let me get your fortune cookie quote. Kava, your daily fortune cookie quote today says... Judge each day not by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant. Ooh, that's a good one. Your daily numbers are 167. 167. How are you, Kava? How is your Friday? Doing okay? How are you, Jay? I'm doing good, Kava. We're almost done this case. We're so close. And you, Mr. Edgeworth, have failed. No! There must be something I can do, but there is! I knew it. Well, if the law can't bring Mr. Gusto to justice, then... Judes, what are you thinking? But it was suspended another year because the trial... Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind, Matt. I hate knowing it. And, okay. There's no need adding to your rap sheet just yet. We're not done here. Far from it. Because there's still a way we can nail him. There is? Alright, Miles Areno. Pep talk. I need you to think back over everything we know about the case. Gusto's overlooked one critical thing that you yourself were led to believe wrongly about. Which is? He wasn't there for Samson's last trial, remember? Best I can tell, he doesn't seem to know what the final verdict came down that day with is. Which means that there is still one way left to us. To crack open your statute for dummies, take another look. 17 years ago, they really did a number on Samson and framed him like a pretty picture. But if we make good use of the verdict now, we can make Gusto pay in full for what he's done. Fender, are you... Those who would overturn the goddess' judgment must be willing to pay the price should they fail. Samson's my client, Miles, and I can't bring myself to use the source of his pain as a weapon in this fight. So whether we play our last card or not, it's gonna have to be up to you. Bringing Mr. Gusto to justice can only happen if I use the outcome of that hard-fought trial. So, should I raise an objection and play that card or not? Yes. I don't... Yeah. Yeah. My father and Mr. Von Karma. One sought to reveal the truth, the other to hide it. I know which path I choose to follow, and one that seeks to reveal the truth. Why is this right, Potato? I hate knowing what it is and they don't yet. Welcome to every trial the Ace Attorney series. So true. This court has reached its final verdict. The record will state that Mr. Gusto has been not guilty on all counts. No, Your Honor, Carmelo Gusto is absolutely guilty, and I refuse to let him walk away. His crimes are too unspeakable to go unpunished. Do you mean to suggest that you have grounds upon which to call for his arrest? I do. Judge reveals something that proves the statute of limitations hasn't yet expired. Is it this? The IS-7 case file? Oh goodness. Brooke D. Artist, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Okay, hold on. What do I have? Let's look over everything that I have. Judge Cavell, something that proves the statute of limitations hasn't expired. Do I just... Is it just the book again? The statute suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial. Oh, I love that emote! It's spinning! Spinning emote. Welcome, Brooke. Welcome. I wanted to present the book. Consider this piece of evidence if... Okay, this is not it. Oh my god. Rules the evidence as inadmissible on the grounds that it appears to be entirely irrelevant. Oh my god, it's not that? Ugh. lasted a year. I thought it ended with a verdict that couldn't have been more wrong. That very verdict may be finally what sees Mr. Gusto arrested. Okay. It is this, then. It must be this.
Take that!
Very well. Is there a particular page of the IS-7 case you'd like to refer to? Oh, I didn't get to look at it properly! Oh my god! Okay. Which page shows that the statute of limitations... Samson Tangaroa's mansion, Tangaroa's room, say December 24th, 18 years ago. Murder weapon, rock salt lamp. Prosecutor, Manfred von Karma. Defense attorney, Gregory Edgeworth. Statute of limitations expired 3 years ago on December 24th. Organizer of the confectionery contest. Victim's body was found inside of one of his creations. While in detention, Tangaroa discovered that he had taste disorder, which subsequently cured via... Oh, it has to be the suspect data. Convicted as an accomplice based on his confession. It's the suspect data. I'd like to direct your attention to the page concerning the suspect. As you can see, Samson Tangaroa was convicted as an accomplice, and it took around 1 year from his indictment for that verdict to be reached. Yes, that does seem to be the case. The book you gave us gives us details certain conditions pertaining to the statute of limitations for the murder. Bye, Potato! Thanks for popping in and saying hi. One of them, as I mentioned, is that the statute is suspended if the suspect flees the country. And another states that the statute is suspended from the time any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial. Whoa, what? Tangaroa was convicted as an accomplice? Yep, guess you were in Zhangfa when the verdict came down. Samson was convicted as an accomplice, not as a main perpetrator. Which is clearly news to you, and not good news either, am I right? But how can that be? Tangaroa wasn't an accomplice to anyone. He was innocent. You know it. Oh, we know it. It's what we've been trying to prove all along. And in a pleasing twist of fate, his wrongful conviction will be the the very thing that sets him free. It's good, Seven. It's good. If you spent 3 years in Zhangfa, and your accomplice, Samson Tangaroa, was on trial for 1 year, it means you can still be charged with Mr. Frost's murder up to 19 years after the fact! In other words, the statute of limitations hasn't expired at all! Thank you, Seven. Thank you. The goddess's judgment is infallible, but that of her servants it appears not. It seems the prosecutor in charge of this case may have erred. Unbelievably, we have no choice but to instigate a full inquiry. No! How could this... You weren't supposed to be able to... 18 years. That's a long time to let someone else suffer for your crimes. It's time to pay the piper, Gusto, and not a moment too soon. Ah! But I'm finally the greatest! My brilliance has been recognized! I gave up everything for this! Everything! Even my son! Yeah, that's what makes you an asshole. Yeah, get wrecked. More the pity. But you can't run from the law forever, because the bills come due at last. Oh my god. Oh. How did he have enough dough to make that? Oh, he cut himself in half. Okay.
Mr. Gus is all set for a strip down, sir.
Yay!
Oh, good. Which means it's your turn next, right?
I suppose so. Aw, Judy. Judes. I'm so sorry, everybody. I've caused you all so much trouble. But thank you. Thank you so much for bringing Mr. Gusto to justice at last. I'm afraid there's no escaping the consequences of your actions, Miss Bound. But those actions were born of the legal mistakes that were made all those years ago. We all know that.
So allow me to apologize in return, on behalf of the prosecution. Oh no, I don't have no one to blame but myself for it all. Starting with those sculptures. Hey Judes, you think maybe you might want to you think maybe you might want me to represent you? I'm not some nervous newbie anymore. There's no way I'm letting you take that rap for everything. Aww. Oh, I'd be honored. Thank you, Mr. Fender. Aww, chat. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, ma'am, but you gotta come with me now.
Of course. Ah, screw you, Gavel. I freaking hate you. Judge Gavel, why did you lie to us? Lie? What are you talking about? You implied that there was no case for a retrial, but as we've proven, that wasn't true. Surely anyone committed to seeing justice would have called one as soon as the body was found. I am under no obligation to answer such questions. And you clearly have no intention of doing so either. Truly, you are proving to be quite a threat to the Committee of Prosecutorial Excellence. As such, you give me little choice but to report back on your continued transgressions. No doubt you'll be called to appear before the committee in due course. Now, I must be on my way. What the heck? After you caught the real killer and everything, isn't that what prosecutors are supposed to do? Regardless of how it may all play out, I will never regret what we accomplished here today. Mr. Edgeworth. Oh my god.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth.
I actually really like the music that plays when Eustace shows up because it's so fitting to him. Like, this song fits him like a glove that he's wearing on his hands. It's very good.
Baby.
He is baby. Yes?
Why did you stick your nose into this case anyway? You weren't even on the job.
My job is to bring the truth to light, Mr. Winner. Not only as a prosecutor, but as a person.
I don't get it.
Oh my god! Just when I thought Eustace was, like, gonna get a little bit of, like, learning... Oh my god. I wouldn't expect you to understand. Not as long as you believe that closing a case makes you a winner.
That's going way over my head. I'm going home.
Oh my god. Hi, Sitara! How are you? Happy Friday! How are you, Sitawa? What was that all about? Eustace still has a lot to learn, is all. Tired? Aw, did you have a long day, Sitara? Milesy Wilesy! Yes? I just want to say old Greggy Pegleg would have been proud of you today. Oh, look at me tearing up. That and thanks for helping poor old Sammy Poople. Of course. Hey, Edgy, looks like you cleared everything up, huh? So, what happened exactly? I was kind of busy sketching. Wait, where did Judy and Verity go? Wow, you really weren't paying attention, were you? Yeah, work, then home, and had a 4th of July barbecue. Ooh, what'd you eat? Yummy! Though I am loath to admit, Larry's sketches did come through for us on more than one occasion. Not that I'm about to tell him that. Quit with the glaring, will ya? Whatever I did, I'm sorry. Pulled pork sandwich and mac and cheese. Oh, potato salad! I love potato salad. Calm down, Larry. I wasn't glaring at you. Heh, you totally were. You just like your pop. He was just he was a terrible liar too. He was? Listen, I'm gonna head out. Need to fill Samson in on what went down today. You want to come with? Yes, of course. Great! I'm coming too! Yay! Okay, good. We get to see Samson. Yay! Oh my gosh. I'm excited. So, what's Mr. Tangaroa like? I can't wait to finally meet him. No, he's a real sweetheart. You'll love him. Even while locked up, he can't help but make all sorts of cookies and cakes for everyone. It's why 3 p.m. cake extravaganza is a thing for prisoners and guards alike. Really? That sounds awesome. You think there'll be any left for us to try? Didn't we find a few slices of chocolate cake in the prison the other day? Could that have been made from Mr. Tangaroa's baked goods? Yay. Gummy! What are you doing here? I heard you were...
I heard you all were coming to see Mr. Tangaroa, so I volunteered to escort him.
Hello, new friends. I'm Samson Tangaroa. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, at your service.
And I'm Mr. Edgeworth's trusty sidekick, Kay Faraday.
Heh, it's very nice to meet you both. Miles here is Gregory's son. Oh, is that so? Your father is very kind to me and fought so hard for my case. But in the end, I betrayed him. I made a false confession, and... Don't worry, Mr. Tangaroa. Mr. Fender has explained everything to me.
Sure did, and now we're here to tell you the truth about what happened 18 years ago.
The truth?
Yeah.
Judy did all that for me?
Crazy kid racked her brain for 18 years until she finally figured out how to set you free. What can I say? Turns out she really would do anything for you.
Oh, Judy, I never did anything to deserve such devotion. Come now, Mr. Tangaroa. I think we all know that's not true. The bond between the two of you has held strong all these years, after all. You think so? I guess I'd better show him. Which piece of evidence is proof of the bond Tangaroa and Miss Bound share? Oh, shit. I don't know. The chocolate?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is 4th of July, Kava. Nothing special for 4th of July, I assume, with you, Kava?
Those chocolates, Judy made them, didn't she? Yes, she did.
They're super delicious and sweet.
Miss Bound continued making them just as you taught her, even after that fateful day. So there would be always something waiting for you when you finally came home. Judy. Aww. I bet they're beyond super sweet then, aren't they? Very much so, I'm afraid. I only wish we could hand them to you. Don't worry, sir. Oh, sorry. Frick.
Don't worry, sir. I'll make sure he gets them later.
Which would be a clear breach of prison policy. Not that I have the authority to stop him anyway. Thank you very much. You know, Detective, something about you reminds me of Detective Bad.
Really, pal? Because I look up to him a lot. He's my role model.
I love Bad.
Nothing special, really. Just enjoying the time with the family. Fair enough, Kava.
I mean, that's kind of what 4th of July is about, right? Spending time with family.
You don't say. It seems fate likes to bring people of all sorts together, huh? You hang in there, Samson. Just a little longer. I should be able to get you out soon. I'm sorry it's taken so long. Nobody should have to wait 18 years just to get justice. I like Fender. He's grown on me. He's still creepy, but he's grown on me. Don't worry, Eddie. I'm the only one who should be saying sorry. Or rather... Thank you. Truly. Samson. Well, I guess it's my turn to wait for Judy to come home now. I better make sure there's something delicious on the table for her when she finally walks through that door. Don't let me down, Eddie. Leave it to me, big guy. Aww. Hi, Kaya. Your kitty's scared. Oh, no. Your kitty probably doesn't know what's happening. The IS-7 incident has been 18 years long, but the case we'd inherited from my father is finally coming to a close. Aww.
You haven't had a gummy yet? Not yet, Kava?
Yum. I haven't had my daily gummy yet either, actually. I should have that after stream. Hey, Miles. Thanks for today. And sorry for forcing you to make the final call like that. Not at all. I simply made the call that felt right to me.
Huh? What are you guys talking about?
You know how Samson was wrongfully convicted? We had to pretend like he wasn't in order to nail Gusto. But to use his false conviction against him, even to save him. As his lawyer, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. That's fair, Fender.
Yeah, I can see that.
But now that Gusto's behind bars, I can finally start to get that wrongful conviction overturned. Yes, and I'm sure you will.
Wait a minute. Does this mean that even if you were only doing what's right, that the false conviction had been overturned before today, Mr. Gusto would have gotten away scot-free? Yep. That's what we folks in the trade like to call a legal contradiction. The law is far from perfect. Because of things like legal contradictions, right? Yeah, but you never know. Things might change. Law is always evolving, just like us humans. Your Uncle Eddie and Mazzarino included, am I right? The potential for growth and change, in people and the law, huh? So, Miles, are you going to keep fighting crime as a prosecutor, or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you got a big decision ahead of you. One only you can answer. I know. Well, let's just say I won't complain if you show up at the office one day. And on that note, it's time for me to skedaddle. Bye, Fender. I owe you big time. I always repay my debts, but for now... Thanks again for today. I mean it. Bye, Fender. Wow. Kaya, how was your 4th of July, besides comforting your kitty? I hope your kitty's okay. Poor Loki! Yeah, kitty's so sad. It's so sad. Did he seem like in a hurry to get out of here to you? He did. And honestly speaking, I'm the one who owes him a big debt of gratitude. After all, he gave me a chance to reckon with my father's final case. At the barbecue, there were tiny poodles and this big golden doodle. They looked like they each other at different ages. Aw, cute. Oh, you went to your grandma's and she made a barbecue? That's nice. I should have brought my medium-sized Gadoodle. You should have, Satara. Then you would have had the 3 different sizes. Small, medium, and large. Jokey! Thank you for the subby wubby! Thank you, Jokey Pokey. How are you? But she hates car rides and we got lost? Oh, so it would have been more time in the car. Scary. And the car broke down? Okay, Satara, wait a minute. Satara, you were just like, I had work and then a barbecue. But it sounds like you had like a journey between work and barbecue. Like, I feel like I'm missing the whole middle story. Oh my gosh, I can't believe the car broke down. How are you, Jokey? We got so lost, my dad got out of the car to tell people behind us to stop following us. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. When I was a boy, all I ever dreamed of was becoming an attorney like my father. But then, during that time, with Mr. Von Karma, I learned the ways of the prosecutor instead. Yeah, poor Dad Tara. Just got home. Welcome home, Jokey. Eventually, with the help of some good friends, I found my own voice and a new way to live. But now my career as a prosecutor is at risk of being taken away from me. It may be time to take another long, hard look at how I want to live my life, whether I like it or not. Oh, Edgeworth and Co. Law Office. Oh, interesting. Fathara! Hey, Gregory. Sorry for reporting in so late. Aww. It may have taken 18 years, but we're finally in a position to prove Samson's innocence. All thanks to your boy, Miles. I couldn't have done it without him. You should have seen him. The way he fought for the truth gave me chills. It was like watching you. Aww, that's the photo. We got a Ring doorbell cam. Ooh, Kaya, you can spy on people. That's exciting. Look, now I know I'm not half the attorney you were, but those were guiding principles you tried to instill in me. I like to think that I embody them now as I carry on your legacy. Here's hoping. Aww. Your boy will be joining me in that soon. Aww. Am I going to fight crime as a prosecutor, or help people as an attorney? What is the right answer? Which path should I choose? Oh, that's the end. Wow. Wow! Matt, wow. Save your progress. Woo! That was good. Chat! My brother's watching true crime. I hate true crime. You could like... What kind... It depends on what kind of true crime, personally. But Wow, we did it, Matt! Oh my gosh.
Yay.
That's crazy. Yay. I liked this case a lot. I can't believe this is only the third case.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 more. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Are they as long as this one? Or...
The last case, I would say, probably is. Yeah.
Okay.
Either they're around the same length, or this case is a little longer just because of the constant back and forth.
Right.
The last case is long too. The
Okay.
next case is at least a little bit shorter.
Okay.
It's still long though, but it's a little shorter.
Okay. Cool. Wow, chat. We're at Turnabout Forsaken? Turnabout for the Ages. Oh my god, Eustace is on the cover. That's crazy. Wow, chat. Oh my gosh. This is so exciting. I think this is a good place to wrap up stream.
Mm-hmm.
It is good. Very good. I will switch to this screen. Wow. Matt, I think that is like one of the best cases that I've done. Like, in Ace Attorney in general. That was a really good case.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy with that.
This game has no misses.
Yeah, it's true. I prefer fake crime, honestly, Jokey. Jokey, do you like, there's that one show on Netflix that's like, it's like about fake crimes. It's like it's kind of made like a documentary, like a true crime documentary, but it's like the one about like who drew the penises on all the teachers' cars. It's a good show. I like that show. Hi, Kyle. Never seen it? Hold on. It's called American Vandal. American Vandal. It's structured like a true crime thing, but it's like about a fake crime. It's very good. Yeah, Kyle, why'd you miss stream? Is stream over? Yes, I'm about to wrap up, Kyle. You're a little late to the party, Kyle. Were you working, Kyle? Is that why? If so, how was work? Hopefully it was a good time. I'm marking you absent for today. Got the tick against you. Yeah, I did. How was work? Hope work was fun. Let's see who's live. Let's poke around and see who's live. Oh, Alcade. We can raid Alcade. We never get to raid Alcade. Alcade always raids us. So why don't we go raid Alcade? That's crazy. Okay, let's go say hi to Alcade. Alcade's great. Alcade's gotching? Okay, we can go wish Alcade good luck. I'm gonna do another quick shout out again to the lovely Akemi who raided us earlier. Thank you again, Akemi, for the raid. I know Akemi's gone or lurking, but we will... Akemi. Yeah, they're great. Everyone, thanks, Matt, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for voice acting and everything. You got Joker and Mona in Persona 5. Very nice, Kyle. Very nice. Speaking of gachas, I'm so far behind on all of them. Oh no, Jokey! You gotta catch up. I'm just missing Ryuji. Yeah, Kea, you're playing Genshin to catch up too, right, Kea? That's coming soon. Alright, chat and random 4 style. I see. I'm about to be far behind with all the 10 and 12s I'm working on this week. Oh no, Sitara! At least you're not as far behind as Kea, Sitara. So there's that, you know. Yeah. We're gonna go raid Alcade, friends. We never get to raid Alcade, which is crazy. So that's fun. Thank you all for coming into stream today. I appreciate it. Matt will be back for more Ace Attorney. I don't know if we're
next Friday.
Yeah, I think next Friday, yeah. I was trying to think if... No, I think Friday's stream next week should be fine. Ramen's coming over next week. So, yeah. So I can't remember what time he comes, but I don't think it's Friday. I think it's Saturday next week. So, yeah. So Matt will probably be back on Friday next week. Because it's Kevin's time to babysit on Monday. So, yeah. Happy America Day. Yes, Happy America Day. Any final words, Matt? Any final words?
I'm glad we finished that case.
Me too. That was a long one. I need to dedicate more time to streaming. It's just like by the 4-hour mark, my throat is so like, ugh.
Yeah.
That's why I can't stream this one for long. At least with AI, I didn't have to talk. You know, AI they were all talking for me. But whatever, it's fine. Okay, have a good night, chat. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Bye.